FOMC report on Wednesday, repositioning. I've been trimming. I've been taking some money off the top of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I've been buying more Coca-Cola. I'm going to show you why and what we might expect this week. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's great to have you here. We've got a pivotal week. It's a tough week indeed for many reasons. Please tap the like button and share this out to more people. It really does help by you tapping the like button, and also consider subscribing as well. That would be absolutely wonderful. Welcome to all of you. I hope everyone is well this morning. I would just like to start by saying today won't be quite the normal show. I've had a bit of a difficult evening. Unfortunately, Leah has received her results from the biopsy, and it's not good at all. So we are now moving on to the medical procedures. Surgeons and so on. Surgeons are being contacted today. So please give your thoughts to Leah in this difficult time. It's been very difficult throughout the night. So I'll leave it like that. But I just wanted to tell you that today is a little bit difficult. But we soldier on, and there you go. Just wanted to share that with you so it would be apparent why I'm just not quite as bubbly as normal, but I will do my best. We do have our big giveaway tonight, of course, and it's going to be, really, really exciting. And also, we are announcing now permanent giveaways to celebrate this channel and the Lucas age. You've been so supportive of me and Leah and everything that we've done. So there's going to be prizes all the time, and we start another one tonight, even better than this one. So there we go. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Just wanted to say it once, then we can move forward. All right, so let's get straight into it. We've got our big event tonight. This is the big event tonight, our $1,000 giveaway. We're giving it away in XRP. You can then sell it, do what you want with it. But we're sending it to you because it's the most efficient way. We support XRP, of course. So $1,000 tonight, plus lots of you are going to win extra prizes as well. So the clock is ticking. Time is running. You will see later on today, you will see a live stream which talks about $1,000 XRP in 1 hour. Now, I'm going to say that because our show aims to be the most trusted, honest source of information on YouTube TV. So people like to do clickbait. We don't do clickbait. There's a debate, what is clickbait, between bad or good. Bad clickbait is when you say something and don't deliver it. Good clickbait is when you suggest something in the show and then you deliver. So good clickbait is that. Well, tonight is somewhere in between. I'm going to play a little game because you all know I'm giving away $1,000 in XRP. So when you see my next live stream sometime this afternoon, $1,000 of XRP, $1,000 XRP in 1 hour, and it's important, I'm not suggesting XRP will go to $1,000 in the next hour. I'll leave that to all the idiots on X and other YouTubers who like to say stuff like that. I'm doing it for a bit of fun, tongue in cheek. It's a bit of a joke, but it will lead into our giveaway tonight. So look out for that. It should be a bit of fun. Let's see how many people we get to watch. It'll be interesting. A bit of tongue in cheek there. You got to have a laugh, right? So anyway, that'll be out later. So that's this event. Then, of course, the main event is on Wednesday. And Wednesday is the FOMC report. Now, we know that the Fed love crypto. They've said it. The Fed are supporting crypto. Is crypto going to rally on Wednesday? Well, it should do. If we get 0.5%, will we get 0.5%? Well, I think we might. However, this is what I'll come on to in a minute, how to preserve your wealth and your capital and I'll come on to my strategies and what I've been doing throughout the night in a minute. But there is our show on Wednesday. Now, if you are wondering where Sensei is on his honeymoon. He's been married for 2 years, but he's taking his honeymoon now. So he's away for another 7 days. When he's back, he's going to do a lot more than before because I'm taking my break. We're not having our holiday like we originally planned. I'm going to be taking care of Leah. And so I'm going to be, doing shows because we're not going anywhere, but it won't be my normal routine in October because I'm just going to be taking care of Leah. And, I need a break anyway, so I won't be doing as much, but I'm not going to do nothing because we're not going anywhere. So I can't just sit here for a month doing nothing. All right. So that's what's going on now. Our giveaway, our $1,000 giveaway ends in just a few hours' time. And this is how you enter. It's completely free to enter, free for all, no purchase necessary. You haven't got to download anything. We're going to give away $1,000 plus we're going to also give away lots of merch prizes and other stuff as well. So here is the giveaway. So I'll put it in the chat. XRP $1,000 giveaway. Whoops, not 100, it's 1,000. Okay. You pin that to the top. There you go. It's in the chat there. You can do it right now, and in a minute, in an hour or so, when I've finished the show, you can go and do more. It says here what to do. It says you need to be present to win. It's happening tomorrow night. Sorry, it's happening tonight at 3 p.m. Central Time. That's when we do the draw. We will start the show an hour earlier, but that's when we do the draw, so you've got time to get in. There's the intro video, tells you all about it. Terms and conditions are below the video. You can win with one ticket, so you can just subscribe to this channel and then claim that ticket. How do you claim tickets? You sign in. Hang on a minute.
Angie G donated $19.99 through a super chat. Please give our love and support to Leah. Please use this gift as Leah desires.
Well, the other day, that's very kind of you, Angie. The other day when people super chatted, because we're not doing GoFundMes, it's my job to provide for Leah. We're not doing that. But it was very nice when people did it. It meant the world to both of us, and it did raise spirits. The money that we got the other day, I bought some flowers from you guys, and I'll tell you all the names that were on the flowers. It was Karen, Mike, TJ Molden, Sensei, Stephen, Bitcoin, Walker, Thomas Morrow, Blue Bus, Gamer, Stu, Taylor, Zach, Andy, Paul, Mariah, Seth, Brian, Josh, Karen, Tim, BJ, Walfredo, A. Buckley, Andrew, Denise, Angie, Steve, Trent, Ock, Ollie, Ivo, Peter, Yolanda, Nick, Ian, Richard, and Abel. And so we bought some flowers for Leah, and also we went out for dinner. We had a nice dinner, and then what we did, we are putting the money towards medical expenses because it's going to get very, very expensive very, very quickly. So that's what we did. So Angie, that's very kind. I think we'll put it towards medical expenses. So thank you to all of you. Much appreciated. So on the competition giveaway, you can see we have all these things here that you can do. They're all free. We've added some new ones. You get the daily bonus every day. Make sure all these are ticked. Now, you may have already followed me, reposted something, subscribed to me on my music channel. You may have done these things. If you have, you can claim the tickets. Now, if your tickets get deleted, it's because you're using a VPN, you're trying to fiddle it, you're trying to do multiple email accounts. We know that these things, and it deletes your points. So don't try and scam it. It's a waste of time. But anyway, there'll also be, for those that have been most engaged on our social. So you can see here, this is our X account. People are reposting, 146 reposts here. You can spend 15, 20 minutes, go down, repost like, every time you do something, we see it, measure it, and we're giving our prizes to those people. Now, there's several. There's X, there's Blue Sky, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, and of course, YouTube. So I'll give you the link to those, is X and Instagram. The rest you can find on the competition page. Now, right under the competition page, just a little bit further down, you will see what I was very excited to announce last night. A brand new giveaway starts in 7 hours from now. We're going to give away another $1,001 away, plus prizes built in. First prize, second prize, and third prize. So it's even better than before. Now, if you're a subscriber and you're following this channel, there'll be something even better. There's going to be even bigger prizes and even bigger competitions coming up. We're here as a family. We want to grow the best, most live channel in the world, be the first 1 billion channel in the world. So it's all about community. And we're trying to build inner circle members, inner Lucasades around the world in different countries that can spread the word. And we're trying to form communities in each country. We've got, I think, 72 countries now in like 15 languages. So we're trying to like have Angie's and Mike's and Zach Zeitz and James 007s and David Hensley's and all these type of people in all countries of the world to spread the word and grow it. And as we grow it, the prizes are going to get bigger and better. And I said last night on our live stream, I want to give away a car and a holiday and all sorts. So it's going to get really exciting as time goes by. Now, all of this will be revealed later on. There you go. You can already, let's not show that on the screen just yet. You can see all of that coming up. That comes up in 7 hours from now. You will be able to claim your first tickets. And this is your chance to start again and give yourself the maximum tickets, because it goes live tonight at the big giveaway. It starts half an hour after the other one closes. So you're going to want to hang around for that and get the tickets. That way, this time, you can get the most tickets and you won't miss out on any tickets. All right? Okay. And it's going to keep getting better and better and better. All right. That's the giveaways. So hopefully by now, everyone's tapped the like button and subscribed. Thank you very much indeed. Awesome stuff. Now, just a little bit of a fun thing here for the members. All the members will appreciate this. Just before I go on to the news of the day, my trades, and so on and so forth, just so I know that everyone can remember the story, just tell me yes if you do. So, do you remember the story of Fight Channel and the Postman? Do you remember? Two guys who were watching the show who then went rogue and started doxing and sharing our address and getting horrible and trying to trick me and calling me a liar and all that stuff. If you remember those people, just say yes in the chat. And if I get a good number, I will tell you something really funny and you will really like it. It's really positive and it's exactly what I said would happen if you keep engaging with people. It always turns good. So if you can remember that, just put in the chat yes, and I will explain what happened. I just want to see if anyone's in for that. If you don't remember it, then it won't make any sense. So I'll give you a couple of seconds, and then I'll tell you all about it, and then I'll tell you my strategy and what I'm doing preparing for Wednesday, preserving my money and making sure my money doesn't go down. That's important. All right. Lots of you do. Lots of you do. Okay. So you may remember when the channel started 4 years ago, it was different, but the same. It's not me who's changed. It's the audience perception that's changed. When we started, nobody was watching and I wasn't making any money and people were treating me differently. It was different. I had no income. I had no money. I was losing money. I got margin called. I was crying on the show and all sorts of stuff. And some people who were here at the beginning couldn't evolve, couldn't allow the show to grow and evolve. Now we've got many 100,000 people, and people, 99% of the audience have seen the success of the show. They've seen that I've got a portfolio, that I've got money, that we've got success, and they support the show on that basis. Some people just couldn't go from when the show was making no money to when it was doing well. Some people get jealous. Some people have said, I don't know why people tip Martyn. You should just invest in the stock market. Don't give Martyn a super chat. These are the same people that donated to Donald Trump's election campaign. Who's a billionaire. And clearly I'm not, because that's all I have in the world. So it's kind of crazy. But some people just couldn't adapt or got jealous or whatever, for whatever reason. And it's silly, really, because you only got jealous of this community, not me. The success of this family is all of us, not me. So a couple of people decided to go a bit weird and strange and rogue. One of them was Fight Channel. He would call in every day. He was part of the show. And all of a sudden he went nuts. He started putting horrible comments in the show every single day. Just really horrible, upsetting everybody. Kept doing it over and over again. And he'd come into the music channel, kept doing it over again. And then some doxing started, like, taking photographs of the house and putting it online and threatening stuff. And it all got horrible. And he denied the whole thing. It never actually happened, even though we all saw it. Then he went on the music channel, kept doing it over there as well. It's not me. It's not him doing it. Didn't know it happened. Well, we all saw it. We all know it was him. Anyway, then because we had the hate, a couple of other people joined in. And people just like to join these sort of clubs, don't they? And we had the fight. We had the postman. The postman was a guy who called in. He was at once a member. And he started getting all kind of the same. Martyn's a liar. He's a faker. Everything about the show is not real. It's all about the money. All he tries to do is sell training programs, which I don't. They're all free. All it's about is super chats, memberships, selling stuff. Well, of course, it's about getting memberships, and it's called success on YouTube. Without memberships and YouTube ads, I don't earn any money, and I would simply not be able to do it forever for free. I did it for 18 months for free. So it was all like these people turned against me because I was earning money. And there was little groups formed from them online, upsetted Leah. Anyway, I kept going, and now and again I would talk about it like I am now, and always say if they want to come back and be nice, they're always welcome. Leah didn't agree with that. She said no way, and many of you said no way. The doxing thing, particularly, that was terrible. But I always said whatever. People go silly. People do silly things, and right now in the world, with what's going on with Charlie Kirk and everything, the whole world is just going crazy, and everyone's going extreme. Everyone's going extreme with everything. They're either going super religious and blaming the other religion, or they're going anti-religion and blaming the religious people, or they're blaming the right or the left. Everyone's shouting, swearing online. The truth of all of it is just in the middle. I don't mean in the middle like somebody without a conviction. I got plenty of conviction, but it's those that just calm it down a bit. We don't need shouting and stuff. Just keep being open and just allow people to make mistakes, all right? So that's what we did. We let these characters carry on, and I used to really enjoy finding fight channels and the postman's videos. It was really entertaining because they would always say stuff about me, make videos and say I'm an idiot and this and that and the other. And, I'd always said about Fight Channel's dividend strategy, which was silly. He was investing in Yield Max. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible fund, a managed fund. I told you about the fact it's too expensive, really expensive. It doesn't make any sense. If you read the prospectus, it's the worst type of scam you could probably invest in. Remember, just because it's on the stock market doesn't make it good. Dave Mitchery, it has Mullen, and he's taken 5 businesses bankrupt on the stock market. I mean, it's not, just because you're on the stock market or just because you're on YouTube doesn't make you a good person. And these funds are terrible. And he kept telling everybody how great it was and would mock me by me saying it was rubbish. And he only invests in the S&P. What a bloody idiot. Well, look where I've grown my portfolio. So anyway, the postman used to always have a go because of the money I was making. And it's all about money. And it's all about memberships. It's all about getting everyone to buy something, even though I don't get you to buy anything. You choose to become a member. So here's how wonderful this story ends. So for the last year and a half, maybe a year now of all this stuff going on. I keep doing what I keep doing. I keep going live. We keep winning. We keep growing. We mention it from time to time. I've always said, entertain the man at the back of the room, not the one at the front. It's something I learned from Billy Joel directly. Billy Joel always takes out the front row of the seats at his concerts and stops the rich people buying all the seats and brings the man at the back of the room to the front and puts them in those seats. Elton John, different, but Billy Joel does that. And I've always said, entertain the man at the back of the room, because if you entertain the man at the back of the room and you win him, you win everybody. And that's important. Don't ignore anybody. Bring everybody in, even the ones that are threatening you and doing doxing and very unpleasant things. So I continued. And many of you said, ignore it. Stop talking about it. Leave it. Well, I kept going and I kept going. And guess what happened? First of all, I watched a video from Fight Channel yesterday, and it was all about his yield max. Never referred to me, never said anything about me, but he's finally worked it out for himself that yield max is rubbish. He sold his yield max. He said, I'm getting rid of all this. I'm losing all this money. It's going down and down because it's been going down ever since he started buying it. And he's finally realized it's great. It's rubbish. And he made a video about getting rid of it. It's rubbish. So I thought, brilliant. Finally, he's going to do the right thing for himself. So he's obviously finally worked it out for himself. He's not going to thank me for it, and I don't want thanks for it, but he's finally worked it out for himself. Yield max is awful. It's designed, it's a scam, basically, to pay them fees. Anyway, that was that. What about the postman? Well, the postman was always about me making money from memberships and referrals and super chats and all this kind of stuff. Well, you never guess what. The same thing as Fight Channel. Yesterday, he made a short video, and it was all about a referral for Trading 212. If you get his referral, you can get some free money. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is great. Of course, he's not going to get any money because he has 7 subscribers and nobody watches. Sadly, because they've wasted like a year of their time making silly videos about me rather than focusing on providing value to the audience. So there you go. They both turned around. Now, they're both welcome back on the show, even though, of course, I'll never really trust them as far as I can throw them, but they're welcome. And we go from there. But the moral of this story, and the reason why I'm sharing it to you, is to give you all a positive outlook in life. With what's going on now, with all the violence across America, the shootings, the murders, the stabbings, the screaming, the shouting, everybody trying to get a bit of noise, everyone trying to create some fuss and drama. At the end of the day, just keep doing what's right. Right is might, and might is right. You will always win if you do what's right. Just be honest and truthful. Read the back of the tin. Read what's on the box. Read the instructions. Understand the things that you're doing and do them with education. Nearly all of these issues that were caused, whether it's Fight Channel, the Postman, or all the millions across America now who are fighting and screaming and shouting at each other, nearly all of it is created from ignorance and lack of education. Nearly all of it. If you sit down, have a conversation with people and explain things to people, most people turn around. In the end, they do. And that's just been proven again. So in life, if you have an opinion and a thought, always check yourself. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to adapt, because that's where science is so good. That's why I like science, because science is constantly proving itself wrong and constantly learning from itself. So once upon a time, an equation was one way, and then it gets updated because they learn that now it doesn't work anymore. So 2 + 2 might become 3. One day, because we worked out that 2 + 2 really isn't 4. I'm just making a silly example. But the point is, if you keep your mind open and you keep learning and you keep listening rather than talking, unfortunately, I have to talk, otherwise the show doesn't work. If you keep listening, you keep learning. And if you keep learning, your mind's open and everything works out. Everything works out just fine. So there we go. I thought I would share that with you. It's now finally come full circle. So in life, if somebody is aggressive towards you or threatening towards you, it's not you. It's the weakness in them. It's an experience that they have had which has led them to that. It's not you. It's not you. As long as you are true to yourself and the information that you have got and what you're basing your thoughts and principles on are from facts, educated, proven facts, not people on X screaming and shouting. I don't know how many versions of the assassination of Charlie Kirk I've seen. The bullet comes from here, the bullet comes from here, the bullet comes from here, the bullet comes from here. And it's like, somebody will show you a video going, that guy in the white t-shirt right next to him shot him. And then you get another camera from somebody else on the other side and he's holding a phone. And then somebody will go, well, it's not a real phone, it's a gun, and clearly it's a phone. And everyone, I don't know what the point is. Everybody wants to make a noise and a voice and get famous. I don't understand it. I saw a girl yesterday. She was jumping up and down and shouting, what was it? Your homie dead, your homie dead, you killed your homie dead. Like, what the heck? People celebrating death, celebrating murder. I mean, what on earth is going on? So whatever your view is in anything, and I'm just using that as an example, whatever your view is in life, right? Let it go. Let it go home, hug your wife. Otherwise, you might wake up one morning and find yourself in a situation like me, where one day my wife was all healthy and well, and next day she is fighting cancer. So look, stop fighting each other. Always engage with people. Calm it down. No need for shouting. No need to swear. Don't get extreme on anything. If you're religious, don't bash people with God. If you're not religious, don't bash people with no God. Let people be themselves. If it brings somebody comfort and they want to worship God or don't, that's okay. They're not hurting you. Let them do their thing. Do your thing. Love your family. Respect everybody. And open your ears and listen to people. And if you listen to people, you're more likely to learn something. And if you learn something, you're not going to make any mistakes and you're going to understand in the first place. And Fight Channel wouldn't have lost all his money on Yield Max, and the postman might have built an audience so he actually could have got his referrals to actually earn some money rather than wasting it hating on me for a year. So there you go. I thought I'd share that all with you. You know, it's just a bit of whatever, but you know, that's just my thoughts. And I keep going and we keep doing what we're doing. So cheers to you all. Let's read a few comments and then I'll tell you about my strategy and how we prepare for Wednesday. The problem is social algorithms create groups and reinforcing to the point of religion in every walk of life. Thank you, Motto A-Team. Everyone's got a voice here. This is a special day for this channel. Martyn comes from the heart. Thank you very much, Angie G. This is why I follow only your channel. Well, thank you. You know, Yolanda, this is going to be the first 1 billion channel in the world. You are watching the first 1 billion channel. Because it's the only channel in the world that is live all the time, you are the star, I'm just the engine that drives it. I don't take sponsorship from anyone. We're not selling you anything. It's just live, it's just real, and it's about you. And there's nothing more powerful than community. But not provoking arguments, not trying to wind people up. I was watching Charlie Kirk. I've not ever really watched him, but I've watched a lot of his videos this weekend, and some things I agree with what he said, some things I don't. But from someone who knows how to entertain and perform and, you know, be successful, I can't help thinking that it was a very good business model to engage with young, impressionable teenagers and college students, good or bad, but very effective way of growing something, because at that age, and we all did it, everybody who's a teenager is fired up. And I watched all the interviews where he would say something and the student didn't have the answers, they didn't have the information, they were just smashed down, and they'd always come back and be angry or shout most of the time. Well, that's what teenagers do. So was it right to build an audience with them? Well, yeah, of course. But it's also going to fire everybody up. It makes great entertainment. I personally don't want to do that. I happily talk to young people who are all fired up, but I don't really want to talk to people who are fired up and that's my only audience and that's my focus, because all you end up is getting lots of adrenaline and energy. And energy is good, but you also get a lot of very angry people. And I don't think, I'd much rather, I mean, his crowd was very loud. Everybody's cheering and shouting. I think it'd be nice to have a conversation where people listen and there's not that shouting going on. I think a lot of shouting going on and a lot of people not really listening. And of course, these things go viral. These things go viral because people love controversy when everyone's screaming at each other. So I don't know if it was a great way to build an empire, a business, a YouTube channel, an online presence, just getting everyone fired up. I think we could do the opposite. I think the world needs everyone to calm down. I'm not saying all be soft and hug flowers and sit around sleeping, but do we need to shout all the time? Do you remember years ago, we got off track a little bit here, but you know, we're having a good conversation, right? In a minute, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll open the phone line up. If you want to join in with me, you can. If you want to have your voice, let's do that. So here we go. Live video phone in. I'll replace the pin at the top. I'll tell you something now, and you can agree with me or not. Replace the pin. I'll come onto my strategy in a minute, my XRP and my strategy, which is already working. And as you can see, I'm hardly down today. I'll explain it. And you see, crypto is a lot more down. These are my crypto positions. So you can see they're a lot worse than my main positions. I'll come on to that in a minute. But years ago, back in the 1960s, when Frank Sinatra would walk onto a stage, the compere, the MC, would say, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, in that down tone, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Frank Sinatra. It was like that. And people would listen. There would be hush, and then whoosh, standing ovation, cheer, brilliant. Frank Sinatra walked on the stage. Great. Now, everyone says, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Frank Sinatra. And it's like, if you shout at people, they just shut down. And everyone's shouting. And when everyone shouts, no one's listening. And I learned from the SAS, the Special Air Services, which train the Navy SEALs. This is the highest combat group in the world. James Bond, SAS, that's James Bond, right? And I did a training course. And the SAS, whisper in someone's ear, terrifying, right? You don't need to shout, just whisper. And if you whisper, everyone listens. All you got to do is pause. But the reason why people don't do it is because we've raised the bar and people feel insecure about whispering. They think if I whisper, nobody will listen. They do. If I pause now and I slow down and I whisper, are you paying more attention? I think you are. Tell me in the chat. Do you feel now that you are paying more attention when I whisper, when I get quieter, when I slow it down? Are you paying more attention now? So maybe you are. Let me know in the chat if you were. We've got our first caller. Trevor wants to join in the show. You do need to be on camera. I don't see you on camera. You need to be a member as well, because we don't want trolls. We don't want any shouting or swearing going on. So if you are calling in, anyone can call in, but you do need to be a member. And just put the name you're calling in on, so I know who it is, and I'll pick up the phone. So if you are calling in, let me know in the chat, please. It would really, really help. So I think we've got our first guest that wants to join me. This is Motto A Team. Let's have a look. Motto, how are you?
Good, Martin. How are you?
I'm great, mate. Lovely to have you on the show. Just for the viewers, where are you calling in from?
Alabama.
Alabama, lovely. I've been through Alabama. We've had you on the show before, haven't we?
Yeah, several times. Yeah.
What did you want to add to the conversation this morning?
Well, I want to say, first of all, I appreciate your analysis. I haven't seen anybody kind of say it quite the way you just did. And as a business person, I really understood where you're coming from. I think a lot of people are going to be upset, but whatever, let them. But we're in America, we're in, and well, everywhere, an information war. And so we put on for collateral our piece, pretty much. So I think we just all have a responsibility to really research and try to get to the bottom, especially if we're spouting stuff online. Just like you were saying, there's so many different things, like how Charlie got shot and all this kind of stuff. And it's so hard to sift through to figure out what was real. And then when you realize you're in like a group think tank with your group, it's really hard to detach. And I fear that, Ray Dalio, the fall of America we're dabbling with it. So like financially, I don't think the economy is to a point where we're actually going to have a civil war, because we really got to get squeezed. But I think we're dabbling with it.
We're not going to have a civil war at all. I guarantee
Good.
you that.
Very
good.
You
know why we're not going to have a civil war, and why America had a civil war before? Because when America had its last civil war, people were literally starving in the streets. There was all kinds of real poverty, which there isn't today. Even though there are people sleeping under bridges, people that are homeless, America can provide everybody with somewhere to live, can give, or shelter at least, and everybody could get food from somewhere. There's not real poverty like there was when there was a civil war. I think we've got somebody else joining in, so let me move over to this screen, and I think we can bring more people into the conversation. So we've got Trevor. I'm going to put Trevor in spot number 4, and we can bring Trevor in as well. So we're not going to have a civil war because there's not the extreme need like there was before. When you see countries, and I've traveled all over the world, every country of the world, actually, when you see countries fighting, people are absolutely desperate. And I don't mean people who are like you right now, sitting in a property where have electricity, you've got a job, you've got some income, you've got some food, you're not starving, you're not threatened, no one's trying to blow you up, no one's trying to, do all these bad things that are happening in a war country, right? So you might get angry, but you're not getting angry the way you did when the Civil War last happened in America, where everybody was being killed and shot and desperate and taken away from everything. So it's not like that. People just get angry and go online and shout and swear, and most of it's nonsense. So there's no reason why we'd have a civil war. Everyone shouting about civil war has never experienced or never traveled to a country where there's a war going on and seen the difference. America is nothing like that. So that's good. Who wants a civil war? I mean, who wants people to go around shooting each other en masse to it? we don't want that, do we? And you mentioned another point. You said we need to investigate it. I wanted to ask you why you think we need to investigate it. Now, back in my day, what am I talking about? 100 years ago, there was, or 200 years ago, I don't know what time it was, but there was Sherlock Holmes in England, right? He was the famous detective, all right? And he would go and solve crime, all right? The rest of us went about our daily lives. We read it in the newspaper. Jack the Ripper strikes again in London, right? For everybody else, we're just going on about our lives. And when we went on with our lives, most people just got busy living, farming fields, sending their kids to school, and got time to read about Jack the Ripper strikes again. It's just a story in the paper. So why do we need to investigate? Why do we need to try to see if the police are telling the truth? Because maybe they're not. Maybe some other guy killed him, and maybe the bullet came from over here, and it's all a nonsense. Because it just seems to me all we end up doing is firing everybody up. And one thing I've learned in life, I want you to answer this, is the most ignorant people who know absolutely nothing are the happiest people on earth. I've met so many people with nothing, and they love life. They think life's brilliant. They might be completely wrong and completely naive and ignorant, but you know what? They're living a great life, and they'll live a happy life. They won't have any stress or any drama. I've got so many friends like that. Little villages in England and Cornwall and little places I live at home. They don't even turn on the news. They don't even care what's happening in other places. So what do you think of that?
Sure. I agree with everything he said. He was going to speak to young kids. These kids are going to be, 40 and 50 one day. You know what I mean? So not everybody needs to investigate it. And I'd like to amend that by saying the people who are getting hyper over it and trusting things kind of at face value or at a group level, you just need to investigate it and hear the whole conversation. Say you heard the cliff notes, or you know what the two ends of the spectrum do. They take a part of something and then blast that on social media, but it was only a part. If you understood the whole thing, the rhetoric might be quite a bit different. So if you are a person getting really excited over all this, you need to be careful on what you decide to take as truth and use that as a weapon versus other people, because you might be using your words as a weapon for no reason.
I agree. Well, I'm going to pick that up. I've just got Trevor just joined in. Trevor, nice to have you on the show for the first time. Where are you calling in from, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm from South Africa.
Wonderful stuff. South Africa. I can recognize the accent straight away.
Cool.
I've played in Johannesburg and other places around Africa and North Africa as well, right as far as Egypt. Lovely to have you here, Trevor. What's your thoughts today?
Man, I think a lot of people have their own opinions when it comes to the shooting of Charlie, and I think that people need to take a broader aspect into light and see the bottom line. That he's did a lot of good work, and he's touched a lot of hearts, and he's changed a lot of people's perspective into following the truth. We need to look at the truth of the matter, and not always look at the dark side of things.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone has a right to life, to live, right? Whether the person's right or wrong, whether you like them or don't like them, no one's got a right to shoot someone. I watched it. I saw the graphical, the whole context of it, and I was discussing it with Leah, and I was like, can you just imagine? And I don't think people stop and think. I hope they do, but can you imagine lying on a roof of a building right now? You can hear the crowd cheering. You're lying on the roof. It's uncomfortable. Maybe the sun's a bit hot on your back. Maybe the roof is a bit sharp. It's got some stones. You're uncomfortable. You've got your gun. You're picking it up, and you're looking down the scope. You can see someone's face in that scope. You got your finger on a trigger, and if you just move your finger the smallest amount, that person's probably going to be killed. Your life's going to change forever. That person's going to be dead, and your life is going to change forever. You're now going to be hunted. You're more than likely going to get caught. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. When you get out, you're going to be hunted by everybody. What a decision to make. What a crazy, I mean, nothing's going to change. It's not like, you know, people's views that Charlie ad's going to go away. Someone else is going to do it. I think his wife said, I'm going to pick it up and carry it on, and all his team are going to carry it. So what have you achieved? You've just ended up getting yourself, you know, you've just thrown your life away. And now you can't change anything. You can't do anything. It just seems such a waste. And I don't understand why people resort to such violence. It just doesn't seem to make any sense to me. And it seems a very sad day, but this is just one isolated incident. I don't even know how we got onto this subject. I was just sharing my thoughts about other things, and I'm trying to get onto XRP and the stock market. But I think it's important just to engage with people and, you know, have these conversations when they pop up. But it's very sad. I just wish people would stop and pause.
Thank you for your show. Your show is brilliant, and I want you to know that I'm praying for you and I think it's your wife, eh?
My wife, Leah, yeah.
I'm praying for you and your wife, and I'm believing for a miracle for you guys, really.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we got the results from the biopsy, and it's stage 2 cancer. So that's where we are. And yeah, it's not great, is it? But we're trying to be positive about it. This show helps me. You know, this helps me, but you know, everyone's got problems. What it does do is it just shows you that we're all completely fragile and vulnerable. And it's funny because they say when people are connected, they have sympathy pains. I'm feeling loads of the pain that Leah's got, where I'm crying the same as she is. I start worrying when I've got some part of my body aching, you know. I start thinking, bloody hell, and I start checking myself, you know, and suddenly I start aching everywhere, thinking, oh my God, because you don't, you know, who gets body scanned every day? No one does, do they? I mean, you can't afford that, can you? So it just levels it all up. But last night I can't say it enough. Last night, our doctor phoned us up Sunday night. And I said, I have to say, I'm extremely grateful. And this is what I want to sort of share with people. Like, find the good in everything, even when it's bad. Like, you know, find the good in whatever happened at that Charlie event. There must have been people who made friends with each other. There must have been something good happen. Focus on the good stuff, not the bad stuff. And last night, the doctor on a Sunday night phoned us up, a private phone call. And I said to him, I feel like the president of America. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, this doesn't happen in England. This doesn't happen in England. I've just had a doctor phone me up on a Sunday night to tell us the result of the biopsy. Yeah, it's terrible news and it's sad, but how thankful am I? And the people that did the scans and everything at the initial first meeting, they said that in England you only get checked every 3 years. We get checked in America every year, right? Well, on insurance, you got to have insurance. Oh, thank you so much.
C donated $2 through a super chat.
Thank
Bell
you
emoji, bell emoji, bell emoji.
Thank you. I'll just mute that just for a moment. I hope you don't mind. Thank you. But like I said to Leah, let's be thankful, right? You know, we've ended up finding out about it early. That's why you get checked. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. You know, what do you mean? It's not a bad thing getting cancer. I said, but we've all got stuff in us we don't see. It's like everybody's got herpes. You know when you get when you get a cold sore on your lip, that is herpes, and that lives in every single person on planet Earth. And sometimes it comes out. We've all got it in us. One day when you get stressed, it comes out, right? And it's like, well, if you get checked every year, you want to find nothing, but you also want to find it, because if you find it, you fix it. It's like going to the doctor and every year he checks you and goes, he lies, or he's rubbish. He doesn't see it because he's unqualified. And he goes, no, you're all clear. And every year he says, you're all clear. And you walk around going, oh, this is brilliant. Until one day you get really sick and it's too late. So you want to find it. That's why you get it. And I'm very thankful because England's a wonderful country, but we only get checked every 3 years. And there are other countries you don't get checked at all. So at least we got checked, and at least we found it out, and at least now, 10 minutes from the house, there's a surgeon, Leah's on the phone to him right now, saying, right, we're going to come in on Wednesday, next couple of days, we're going to go up there. And now, maybe it'll be terrible, maybe lots of stuff have to be done, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen, right? But at the end of the day, we've got that weapon, we've got that action. Much rather that and just sit here and guess. So there's a lot to be thankful for in life, you know what I mean? And it's like, no one lives forever. This is and I'm not religious, so I'm just telling you how I feel from just a bloke down the road, just getting on with it. Life isn't forever. So while you're here, do the best you can, understand you can break, stuff happens, and you got to deal with it. I just hope no one has any pain. You know, I don't mind if I die tomorrow, I die tomorrow. But I don't want to be in pain. Who wants to be in pain? Do you know what I mean? Nobody wants that. We've got another guest just join us, Scooter B. Hello, Scooter. How are you?
Hey, I have been looking forward to this for a couple of years. This is going to be so much fun. Took a while to figure out how to do this the first time and get connected with you, but here we go. And you know, you go first, and we'll talk about whatever you want. But this is going to be great.
I love it. Do you know this see, this is what it's about. Positive energy. I just love it. What better way to? Do you know what? It's a modern miracle, isn't it? Really. I'm sat in the studio, and you're somewhere around the world. You'll tell me in a second, and you're calling in real time. We're having a conversation, and everyone feels good. It's the best drug in the world, right? It's completely healthy. It ain't like any other drug. It's completely healthy. You take it, you take part, you smile, you feel good. It's a win-win. And talk about win-win. Was my strategy right? I'll tell you about my strategy in a minute. And the reason why I haven't been talking about it is because I don't need to look at it. That's the thing. When you've got a good strategy, you don't need to look at it. I knew I'd be up, and I'm happy as Larry. So, Scooter B, where are you calling in from?
All right. Colorado. Denver.
Colorado. I love Colorado. Isn't that where the mountains are?
Nuggets fans.
Sorry?
Well, you can see in the background there, Nuggets. We're Nuggets fans. And,
you're a Nuggets fan.
You know, no matter how bad things get, if the stock market tanks and I lose all my money, I can always say, well, at least the Denver Nuggets won the NBA championship a couple of years ago. You know, you can always hang on those good things.
Who's the Nuggets? Is that American football? Is that baseball? What is that?
Okay, you guys want to tell him? Somebody on here must know.
Who are the Nuggets? Do you know who the Nuggets are, Trevor? So, say again.
I'm not sure who the Nuggets are.
Oh, all right. What about motto?
I can't get chicken nuggets out of my head.
Come on, mate. No one knows.
Okay, so
I follow motocross. That's about
Nuggets. Denver Nuggets. NBA.
The NBA.
Best team in the NBA. They're going to win the championship this year. Let's just mark this down today, September 15th. We'll go back and look at this in several months, and they'll be holding the trophy this year.
I tell you who I like. I used to grow up as a kid watching this. The Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know what anyone thinks of them in America, but in Europe, England, the rest of the world think they're great. The Harlem Globetrotters, they spin it on their finger. I don't know if that's good, difficult, I don't know, but very entertaining. I grew up as a kid watching the Harlem Globetrotters, and that's what got me on a basketball court. And then I realized it's really hard and I'm rubbish, but I had to go.
Hey, you need Martyn, you need to watch Nikola Jokic. He's kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Is he?
He does things that you've
Does all the
just never
stunts.
seen before that don't look real. So anyway, hey, do you have a nickname that you go by?
No. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you ask Fight Channel, or dickhead, idiot, bloody lunatic, yeah. I mean, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, Martyn
The World
Lucas.
Piano Man.
World Piano Man.
Martyn
Yeah,
Lucas.
that's my title. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Well,
Martyn.
Martyn, you know what? You're special to me. That's why I asked. A couple years ago, I tuned in to watch you, and it was the day before the yen unwind.
The carry
A couple
trade.
years ago in
Yeah.
August, the carry trade. Okay. So I was in a restaurant. I had my headphones on. I'm watching this thing, and I didn't know what to do. And you gave me confidence to buy. And so I learned one of my first rules of investing. Sell means green means sell. Green means sell. Red means buy. Red means buy. So this morning, as an example, I'm shoveling money into crypto. Now I'm on the phone with you, so I have no idea how it's doing right now. I could be losing all my money as we speak. But I did put a bunch of money into crypto this morning, and only God knows what's going to happen. But
Well, with crypto, it's going to go up and down like a yo-yo until Wednesday. Wednesday, live on the show. It's just going to go up. 1 minute you're going to be up going, here we go. And everyone on YouTube, everyone on X is going to go, that's it, boys. It's going to go to $1,000 the next 5 minutes. And then it's going to go straight back down again. There's one particular YouTuber I showed you I did an XRP thing a couple of days ago, and I showed you a clip from this guy, and he said, right now, XRP is going to explode right now. Well, that didn't happen. And he's got a video out today. Right now, XRP. I'm like, what the hell? It's nonsense, right? And it's based upon the information is all flawed. It's all nonsense and whatever. The information I have, I'm not super clever I'm not an expert in anything, right? When I want to learn something, I do one thing. I do the hard thing. I build the relationship with the person that works behind it. So I want to know. It's like Sensei does it as well. Sensei's been to like a lot of seminars and presentations when the crypto managers and the project managers who make it, who run it, are actually there. He's met them. So when we try to find information, we don't just go on X and copy and paste and just pick a view and just start sharing it and exaggerating it. We pick up the phone and we get the CEO on the show. I've had loads on the show and I'm always talking to them. And the more I talk to them, they introduce me to their friends and I go, oh yeah, I'll talk to you as well. And that's why I've got friends at all these places. And you just ask people and the information's there. And it's not inside information. It's not secret or anything. It's there, but no one looks in these places. They just go on X or whatever and see all the noise. And when you find out that the people with the money who move the market, because we don't, I mean, we'd like to think we do. I've had people come on the show and going, oh yeah, if we get enough people to watch the show, we can move the market. Well, we'd need millions. And you'd all need to spend millions as well. So we're not moving markets, all right? So don't think we are. I'm just going to mute you a second, Trevor. Just got a bit of background noise coming through, but you're still with me. We make friends with people that work there. We find out what's going on, and then we just share it, and that's it. And from my understanding, from the bit of information that I have, institutions are repositioning in and out, all the way through to Wednesday, because no one knows what the Fed is going to do. We've priced in a 0.25. If we get a 0.5%, what that means is people will buy crypto. They'll buy all crypto, the rubbish and the good stuff. You'll see Binky Bonk Fart Coin go up, and you'll see XRP and Bitcoin go up. You'll see the good and the bad. They'll all go up, right? And I often think, isn't it weird that everything goes up together as well? It's like everything always moves together. So you think, we just want an ETF of everything, just basically. Well, that's kind of what the S&P 500 is in a way, I suppose. But suddenly everything just goes up, then everything goes back down again. So my understanding is the institutions are going to that they can move the market, and they are manipulating it to pump it up, pump it down, to take some profit, to get reposition. Because if we try and do it, it's hardly worth it. Because time you pay your tax on the bit you've got, then you chase it. Now you're losing money. It's best to do nothing. That's where tax lots come in. And I'll in a minute when we finish the conversation, I'll show you how I use tax lots on Bitcoin over the weekend, and I bought more Coca-Cola, so I selected the ones I want. But you've got to be very precise about it, not just click buy and sell. Otherwise, you just keep losing. And everyone's repositioning, and on Wednesday, boom. Now, if we don't get a rate cut, if Jerome Powell sticks his heels in and goes, there's no rate cuts, I'm going to take it to the end until they fire me and get rid of me in May or whenever it is, then the market's going to tank and crypto's just going to go down 50%. So you got to be prepared for that. So I can afford it to go down 50% because I'm not leveraged to the teeth. I've got plenty of margin, but I'm not doing 10x's, 100x's. And I've started to move into defensive positions because I've done very, very well on the S&P this year. It can't go on forever. I mean, it will go on up forever, but it will start to go sideways for a while. So now my defenses like Coca-Cola will overtake it, maybe 18% this year. So I've moved into that. I've trimmed some crypto. I'm still in. I'm still going to be exposed to the movement up or down. But I've done that. So that's what I think is going to happen. But I don't know, exactly. And so I need to be prepared for both scenarios. And the way I look at it is this, Scooter, as long as you're always winning and you're moving up, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing and how much money, I could have got more money if I was in this, and I could have got more money if I was in this. And so I've lost. You haven't lost. If you're making money and you're growing, you're always winning. It's like, the best example, I'll give you that, is just down in Highland Park, down in Dallas, down the road, all the rich people, Mark Cuban, Jerry Jones, I've played in their houses, right? I could go down there tonight, go out to a few bars, schmooze with a few people, and somebody at the bar will say to me, Martyn, can you play at my house next weekend? 10 grand. That's what they'll pay me. As a world piano man to play in these places at houses, 10 grand. So am I losing 10 grand today because I'm not going out? Well, yeah, I am, because I'm going to sit here instead. But I haven't lost it because I didn't do it. I'm here and I've got what I need. If I was desperate and I needed 10 grand today, I know how to get it. Nip down to Highland Park, chat up a few rich people. Somebody will book me for a gig. Thank you very much. But I'm here. So you don't have to be in everything and chase everything. And as long as you're, moving forward, you're moving forward, no matter how slowly it is. And the reason why I moved into Coca-Cola is I want to protect the money I've made. So I've had a nice growth, all right? And now I'm going defensive. And if I get it wrong and Bitcoin goes to $200,000 today and I've just trimmed back, I don't get as much money as I could have had because it's sitting in Coca-Cola going up slowly. But that's okay. I still made some money. I've still got a good asset. And I'm happy and I'm still growing. And at the end of the day, it's not today, is it? It's 20 years from now, 30 years from now when we need the money. And history has shown us if we win big today and lose big tomorrow and win big tomorrow and lose tomorrow, 20 years down the line, we're probably nowhere. Whereas if you consistently win over time, when you get to the end and when you need the money, you'll have what you need. And as long as you got enough, it don't really matter anyway, does it? Scooter?
Well, we're both trying to do the same thing. You've got a goal. You'd like to have money and retire one day, and maybe not even retire. I mean, maybe just have money to just live life and do your show and be generous and bless others, have fun. That to me is that's wealthy. Rich is having $1 billion and being alone on a deserted island somewhere. What good is that going to do you?
No.
But wealthy is when you've got the money and you can do what you want, like what you're doing right now. And so I'm in the same boat with you, getting close to 60. Had my head in the sand for too long over the years when it comes to money. And a few years ago decided there's no reason to not retire well. I got a phone in my hand. I've got software. I've got a little money, and I've got your show. So there are resources to
Yeah.
learn how to do this, and it's been a roller coaster ride over the last 2 years with you. As you know, April 7th sucked. Well, I mean, depending on how you looked at it,
It was great.
It was great.
It was great.
And it sucked for some, but in the moment, it was a little. It wasn't a little nerve-wracking. It was a lot nerve-wracking for me.
It wasn't nerve-wracking for me. It wasn't nerve-wracking. As you know, famously know, in about 2 or 3 weeks, I made about 70 grand. You saw me do it on the show. I bought that dip, and I didn't time the bottom magically, but I bought the bottom by using tax lots all the way down, and then I trimmed on the way up and kept the ones on the bottom, and boom. Now I've made the money. I'm taking some profit. I bought Coca-Cola. I'm defensive. So
the thing is that at the bottom, though, that was the edge of the cliff. You know, if he wouldn't have hit pause, that thing could have plummeted. That was the edge of
it. Wouldn't have kept going. Yeah, but it wouldn't have kept going and going, because at that point we were at 17 times earnings on the S&P, right? Historically, that's a really good buy zone. People aren't going to sit around. Even if everyone says, oh, it's going to go down 80%, and they tell everybody, oh, the stock market's going to go down 80%. No one is going to wait for it to happen. As it starts to fall, they're going to go buy. It's going to go straight back up again. It's not going to get that cheap, because people don't sit around. You can't get if you could get everybody in the world to say, right, nobody buy until it hits rock bottom. Everybody go, all right, I promise I won't buy. It goes down, down, down. Buy. No one's going to do it. And that's the point. It all goes under value, and no one is going to allow it. It's like people said to me, Coca-Cola, you're buying it at 67. It could go down as low as 50. It could. That would be about 19 times earnings. That's a great buy. When Warren Buffett bought it, that's when he tried to do it at around about the 18, 19 times earnings. Those occurrences are so rare, they happen once or twice in a lifetime. And if you keep waiting for those moments, you're just going to miss everything. And even if you pay more and on the way down, as soon as it bounces back, it's going to go straight back through that level, and it won't matter anyway. So the moral of the story is remain in the game. The people that lost, who didn't benefit from it, sold everything, stuck it in cash, and sat it out. And they lost out big time from that.
Well, I think the key is self-confidence. If you believe in yourself, if you know what you're doing, if you've got the right rules, the right systems, the right people to listen to and learn from, you can have self-confidence through that. And the other part that I learned is always have cash, because just when you think you don't need cash, dang it, then you don't have any money left. You got to sell and
that is
to rebuy, and that part's a drag too. So that's another learning lesson.
I get that. I have a slightly different approach to that. You know, I always talk about I don't believe in cash on the sidelines. I've got no cash. I've got 2 bank accounts, 2 active ones anyway. My Lloyd bank account in England, nothing in it. In fact, about £9. My Bank of America, exactly $9 in my Bank of America. That's it. $9. I'm a 56-year-old man, and I've got about $20 in total in cash in the whole world, in the bank and everything. Everything I've got is on Robinhood. That's it. That's all I've got. Okay. So I don't believe in cash, because cash doesn't earn any money. Cash gets devalued. I can access cash easily, because if I go onto my portfolio right now, 24/7, 5 days a week, I can sell from the bottom of the pile, if I want the most profit, a share of the S&P, and my average now is about 460. It keeps falling because I've been selling from the top, and we're over 600 now. So no matter which share I sell, I've got about $600 for every share I sell. So if I want $600 today, I can get $600. So if I need money, I can get it. Now you might say, oh yeah, but you're going to pay tax. Well, you pay tax on the cash you've earned, don't you?
Like you could get it. That's what I mean. But if you couldn't get it, if you just did not have access to any more, and then it goes down by 10%.
Oh,
That's a drag.
oh yeah, but how? But
And when
how
you
would
have
you ever get?
OCD
But you'd
and it
never get
goes
to that
down-
position. You can't get to that position if you start investing in the right order. Like you don't start investing to get out of debt. So people use the stock market because they want to pay off their credit card. No. Go to work, pay off the credit card, pay off the mortgage, and then start investing so you don't need the cash anymore. I mean, I wanted to pay off my mortgage, and I went on 4 years. I went on cruise ships around the world. $1 tips over and over again. When everybody was sat on the beach, they were getting off the ship. When the ship got into port, they'd all get off and run around, do crazy stuff. I was still on the ship. You know why? Because the people on the ship had nothing else to do apart from me. I was the only person left entertaining. They all bugger off. Everyone get off. I sat in the piano bar all day, every day, like I'm doing here, dollar by dollar by dollar. And what I used to do, you'll laugh at this, I would get my dollars, piles of them, like a bloody sack, like Father Christmas, right? Walk down to the ATM machine on the ship, big blue machine, and I posted all these dollars, $1, $1, and I'd say I want hundreds. So it'd spit out hundreds, right? What happened is I did that every single day after on the way home from the gig every night about midnight. I'd walk down to the ATM before I got my pizza on the top deck, and I'd put me money in the thing and get me 100 bills out, right? I ended up, and Carnival at the time is Carnival Cruise Lines, at about 24, 25 ships. And they made it policy across the whole fleet to stop people putting money, staff into the machines. It was me. They had to change the policy of the company because they said someone is stuffing the machines with dollar bills. It was me. And no staff member was allowed to use it. I actually changed policy because that's what I did. So from now on, you had to go to the paymaster, right? So what I used to do then was go to the paymaster with my $100 bills, and he would change them up. I couldn't use the machine anymore. And then what I would do is every time we got off every 4 days, we'd get off in Galveston or New Orleans, if I was in New Orleans, I'd get off and I'd run. I literally ran. I was so excited. I'd run to the Bank of America ATM machine, and I'd stuff in all my hundreds, and I'd see it go up another $1,000. And then I'd go on my app. I'd sit in Starbucks with the crew Wi-Fi, and I'll send it over to England, and boom, the mortgage every day, $1,000, boom, $1,000. And I did it $1 at a time. And once I paid my mortgage off, got no bills anymore because the solar panels do the electric, tiny little house, no mortgage, right? I've still got the house. It's in England. Don't even live there. I've just got there waiting for me when I go home, right? And then I started to invest. So then I don't need the money because then I started by first thing I got to do before I invest is build the engine. You need money coming in. You can't make money out of nothing. People try to. They go, oh, I'm just going to put the money in and I'm going to be rich in 5 minutes. Then I can pay my car loan off. No. I've done that first. Now build the business, build the engine. So for a year and a half, I worked for free. I knew I could do it. I knew the channel would take off, and now it does. And now I earn about 11 grand a month. Oh, I've never had 11 grand a month. Who's had 11 grand a month? Who earns 11 grand a month? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, right? How did I ever get to here? Because I worked for 4 years, all day, every day. Now, don't get me wrong. When I had one night in Vegas, we earned millions, but I had no money because it was all paid out to the orchestra and dancers, and I never made any money. 8 years later, as you know, went bankrupt because we just couldn't afford to run it. So I've never had this amount of money. I feel like a billionaire. And you know what makes you a millionaire? Like you said a minute ago, $1 million of love in the bank makes you a millionaire, not $1 million. Million, and I've got a wonderful audience every day, and hopefully the love you give me, I give to you, and you feel just as rich as me. So now I'm earning some money, and I'm thinking, bloody hell, 11 grand a month. This year I'm going to pay a massive tax bill. I can't believe it. It's going to be crazy. So now I just keep buying the S&P, investing, and so on. So now it just compounds. Now, not everyone is going to earn 11 grand a month. Well, for a year and a half, I earned nothing. And then when I started earning, it was $1. And then it was $2. And then it was $3. So it doesn't matter how much money you earn, you can do the same thing because the same percentages apply. Now, if you're younger than me, which everybody is, right? If you're 20, 30, 40, 50, you're younger than me, and you go, well, I don't earn $11,000 a month, thank you very much. I earn $10 a month. You can still, I've got $10 left over. You can still invest $10. But if you start with the strategy of, number one, build the foundation, build the engine, start earning some money, no matter how little it is. If you can go outside your front of your house and sell a bottle of lemonade and you can make $1 profit, there's $1 you can invest. Live within your means. You don't need the new iPhone. I haven't bought this iPhone I got is an iPhone 14 Pro. It's the first one I bought since the 10. And the only reason why I bought this one is because I dropped the 10 in the swimming pool and it broke. I had no choice. Right? So I'm on a 14. I don't want the 15. I don't want the 16. I don't want the 17. And as long as it does what I want to do, I keep using it. All right? I like to wear clothes out. Right? Wear the bugger out. When there's a hole in it, I throw it away. Right? But I don't replace it and I don't buy another one until there's an hole in it. And I just use it all up, wear it all out. But
you're on an iPhone 10 right now. Watch it.
No. You're an iPhone 10, are you?
Sure. I mean, hey,
there you
when
go.
It breaks, I'll have to get another one. But this new one coming out looks pretty good. Maybe that'll.
Why does it look pretty good? Why does it look pretty good? Tell me what's pretty good about it.
Well,
go on. You're going to say the camera's a bit better and the battery's a bit better, aren't you? That's what you're going to say, isn't it?
Here's my anxiety.
Right.
That one of these days this 10 is going to stop working.
Right.
And then I'm doomed because I don't have access to anything.
You can get an iPhone like that the same day.
Yeah.
Well, it's what happens to I don't want to be at the last minute caught off guard. Oh no. And by the way, I've owned a business for over 30 years, so I'm a self-employed guy like yourself.
Yep.
And so when you have a golden goose laying golden eggs, you got to take care of it.
Yeah.
And so I can't go a day without having access to the golden goose. And Robinhood, I consider that a golden goose too, because it moves fast. You got to watch it. So just trying to be better safe than sorry. But in the meantime, you look good on this iPhone 10, man. You look great.
You don't need a new iPhone, mate. Do you know what? Every year they say the same bloody thing. They say the camera's a bit better. They say the battery's a bit better. I mean, think about this. Who would do that in the professional camera world? The camera I'm looking down here is about $8,000, right? It's a proper camera with a proper big lens on it, right? Thousands of dollars, right? Who goes out every year and replaces their camera? What photographer has ever done that in the history of the world? Never. I've worked with some of the best photographers. In fact, my mate Bjorn is the Kodak champion of England. He's like the best photographer in England. And the camera he's got today, he's had it for like 20 years, right? The flipping camera is a great camera. It doesn't change. You don't need a better camera. Do you know what you want to do? You want to be an owner. You want to be an owner of Apple. Own the business and let all the other clowns go in and keep buying a new iPhone every year. That's what you want to be the owner. Do you know what? Warren Buffett famously said, Warren Buffett earns more than the CEO of Coca-Cola and anybody else that works there. And he doesn't do a damn thing. Be the owner of the business. That's what you want to be. So own a share of Apple. Don't buy Apple, but encourage everybody else to buy an iPhone.
Well, hey, I want to let the other guys
sure
say a few things. We want to hear from them, but I want to make sure to just because I've been waiting a long time to say, your work ethic is crazy. It's amazing. It's inspiring. Again, owning a business, it gets tiring. Morning, afternoon, night, right? Weekends, holidays, evenings. It feels like there's never a day off. You're always on call because somebody's going to need something. And it's an emergency for them, right? A lot of times. So you got to be available.
What's your business? What's your business?
Insurance.
Are you an insurance man? Okay.
Yeah. Auto, home, life, you know.
Gotcha.
So, as long as people crash their cars and set
You
fires
got a
to
job.
their house and die, we're going to be
You got,
we'll have a
yeah,
place to
plenty
work.
of people dying, guaranteed, all the time.
You know? So we always have urgent things, emergencies, you know, things by the end of the day or right now. And it gets tiring. But then I look and I see what you do. And there are times that I'm just beat down and you're still going. And so the energy level, the work ethic that you have, you know, I just want to tell you, it's inspiring to others that need a little motivation to keep going. One more hour, one more project. And how about this one? I got up early last night. I know you get up at what time? You tell me what time. I was up at like 2 a.m. to look at crypto, and I'm trying to get up early to kind of watch things. But what time do you do these things?
Well, my alarm goes off at 6 a.m. every morning, so I jump in the shower and start the show for 7:30. But during the night, I wake up and I check things. I've got messages that will come through to me from different sources, and they don't sleep, unfortunately. You know, when Bank of America has just triggered a sell and they're buying them, or they're buying XRP, I want to see it, and I want to see which way it's going, up or down, and make those moves. So yeah, it happens 24/7. You know, it's not good though. You need to sleep. You know, it's not good.
Keep up the good work.
Well, mate, I really
good work. You know, you know that you've got people that are behind you. They're supporting you. I've been for the last couple of years. You had no idea who I was. And I just one last quick thing. I went through throat cancer twice in the last few years. So the other day when you were talking about your wife, and I listened to your solo video, and you know, when I had it, I was grateful for others that made it through. That was inspiring also, because they did it, I can do it. And I really do pray for her that there's others that she knows that have already done it, because when she gets through, she'll have her own story and testimony, and she's going to be able to help. I mean, actually, with the platform that you have, you're already helping thousands who are dealing with being diagnosed with cancer, getting that. And one day, you know, it'd be nice to, or interesting to hear about how you find out about something like that, because everyone has their unique story about how they were told. And you know, life changes in an instant. Life will never be the same for either of you now. And so there's a date on the calendar. You can put a date on the calendar, and she can be encouraged that that date's going to come without cancer. She will get to that date without cancer.
Oh yeah.
So,
well, thank you for those.
That was really the reason I called in. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
But we ended up chatting about all sorts, didn't we?
Give you a little bit. Had to show you a little love today. Give you a little love.
Well, Scooter, I really do appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. It's lovely to have you on the show and talk to you.
Nice to meet you too.
It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you. We've got Eugene has just tuned in. Welcome, Eugene. I can tell you now, mate, you're one of our top spots guys to win a prize tonight. I'll tell you that for nothing. Eugene has done like every repost on Blue Sky, every repost on X. So we're measuring all of that. So I will just tell you, Eugene, you are right up there tonight. So thanks for calling in. Trevor, we're going to come back to you. And of course, we're also going to hear some more from Motto A-Team as well. So Eugene, how are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good, Martin. Right now, I can't hear you too well on my phone, so I'm trying to figure that problem out. But I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. That's a shame you couldn't hear me. I was just talking about you for a moment, telling you that you're probably going to win a prize tonight. In fact, I know you are because I'm measuring it all, and you're right at the top there with people that have been reposting everything. So I don't know if you heard that or not, but I just thought I'd let you know. Make sure you tune in, because if you're not present to win, mate, you won't get anything.
Right, exactly. You know what? I can't hear you. Let me call in again. I'm having a hard time with my audio.
Okay, no worries at all. Let me come back to Trevor. You've been sitting there very patiently, Trevor, from South Africa. We love it. Trevor, we're supposed to be talking about XRP and Bitcoin today, and that's the name of the video, and that's the thumbnail. I'm sure someone's going to write into the complaints department. I've got a filing cabinet for that. Down here. This is my filing cabinet for the complaints department. So when you send a complaint in, going, we tuned in and we wanted to see about XRP, it goes in here. I file it in here under rubbish, and at some point I'll read it when I throw it in the bin on recycling day. But yeah, we're supposed to be talking about XRP. Sorry about that. So Trevor, what's your strategy? What are you waiting for on Wednesday? What are you looking for?
Tommy, I wanted to know what your strategy would be, and maybe do you think the markets in Stellar and XRP are going to go up, or do you think we might have an uptrend and then maybe a slight downtrend? What is your intake on that?
Well, I can't speak to Stellar because I know quite a bit about a few things, and that's all I need to know. I don't need to know a lot about every stock because my head would explode, right? So I know a reasonable amount about a few things. So I know about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. So I can't tell you about the other one. But I buy Ethereum and Bitcoin and XRP not because of what people say or how they feel about it or any of that stuff. I buy it because each one has a unique selling point, a USP, each one. Bitcoin is the digital capital, not digital gold, digital capital. XRP is the payment system. I think the preferred payment system that will be used by everybody. And I know that from the sources that tell me they're using it and testing it now. So I'm backing that. I'm investing in that. And Ethereum is what the network will run on. It's already happening now. The New York Stock Exchange is switching to it. The Dallas Exchange down the road from me, I'll speak to those people. They're building on it. So those three networks is all I need to be exposed to crypto. I don't need a million coins and guessing if this coin's going to go up, this coin's going to go down, because most of it will be gone in 5-10 years. Virtually everything we see every day on the crypto bubbles, if I put this on the screen, nearly all of this in 10 years from now won't exist. Because the gold rush will be over. Nobody will care anymore about all this nonsense. It won't be speculative anymore. It will be good old-fashioned investing now. And all the top the three I've mentioned, I believe, will be up there. They'll be part of the S&P. They'll be used. It won't be sexy and rock and roll anymore. It won't be dangerous and weird and strange. Everybody will use it, but you won't know you're using it. It will just happen. Even if you use a credit card. The credit card will be on that system, and it'll all be, built in. So, but I don't know that. That's what I think based upon talking to people that are running the systems. That's what they think. So I'm buying that. But I'm buying that within balance, and when I make a little bit of a return on it, I'm trimming a little bit and then putting it into safer assets because now I've built a nice portfolio, I want to protect it. Because I've always said it's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. And if you get to, and I will get to in about 3 years' time, $1 million on the S&P is 100 grand a year. Well, I can live on a fraction of 100 grand a year. How much money do you need, right? So I'm not going to risk my money. As it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, I'm going to de-risk because I'm rich enough. That's the way I see it. And the biggest investment I make, and you should all make, in my opinion, is yourself, right? Not, I'm going to buy this because this can make me rich because I can't do it for myself. Find what you love to do in life and make money yourself for you, whatever that might be. Anyone can set up an online business tomorrow. I can help anyone here build a successful YouTube channel that wants to do it. Most people can't be bothered. They'll make one video, it won't work, and they give up. I see it all the time. So anyone can make money, and when you make money, you can invest and then you can build from there. That's what you got to do. So to answer your question, I think if we get a 0.5 rate cut on Wednesday, and I think there's a good chance of that. Most people think 0.25, and that's priced in. If that's what we get, I don't think the market's going to do too much. The next big catalyst for crypto, of course, will be the ETFs, but I think the ETFs are overblown. I mean, the reason why Ethereum went up was not the ETF came out; it was because of what Tom Lee's doing. He's starting this whole thing, just like Michael Saylor, but more importantly than that. The institutions are using it, New York Stock Exchange is using it, and all that kind of stuff. That's what it is. It's not the magic ETF, right? And remember, who really here wants to buy the ETF anyway? Because if you've bought the coin down here, if the ETF comes out and explodes, you don't want to be buying up here, do you? You want to be owning down here and then enjoy the ride. So if you've already got the coin, it doesn't matter, does it? You've still got the spot price of the ETF. So all it does do is it means institutions that couldn't buy, like Warren Buffett can't go out and use, Warren Buffett can't buy XRP or Bitcoin for Berkshire Hathaway. Not allowed to. He'd have to buy it through an ETF, which obviously can do that now, but XRP not yet. So once it gets the ETF approval, more people can buy it that couldn't buy it before. That's going to be great. So that's a good catalyst, right? Money will come flooding in. But the biggest thing for me is not actually that. I'm looking at the next part. As I always say, I try to invest 4 or 5 steps ahead. I'm looking at the Ripple Bank. And the Ripple Bank is even better, because when the Ripple Bank comes out, when that gets released, or however what term you want to use for that, then I think that XRP will be locked up as a digital reserve, and then boom, up goes XRP, much more valuable than the ETF, or someone's buying it, or someone's pumping it on X. I think that's the way forward, and that's likely to happen. My odds of that are 80-20. So that's my thoughts on where we're going.
Because they were saying that they wanted to take the XRP off the markets, and then tied up with the banks, with obviously the Ripple Bank. And that will skyrocket XRP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that is where I will agree of these insane prices, but not for the reasons that the idiots on X will say. Oh, it's going to go to $1,000, $10,000, for all stupid reasons, right? However, I could see it doing that. I never say this. You've got me to say something I don't want to say, because it does give that kind of like crazy prediction stuff, which I don't want to do. $10 is totally doable. I can see it. I like it. It makes perfect sense. It's well balanced, thought. 100 in a few years, that's also doable, but that's a few years. The $1,000 and all these numbers, I can see a path to that, because we are going to go through a process, and I know this direct from the source. We're going to go through a process of re-evaluating and repricing crypto, not the same way as stocks are. Stocks, we look at market cap. And that's not right either. That's not right. When you think about it, what is the market cap? The market cap is the buying and selling price, the trading price of that stock today. I don't look at that. That's what we do look at, though. What I look at is the balance sheet. How much money does this business make? Is it profitable? Is it unique and proprietary? Does it do something that nobody else does, like Coca-Cola, for example? Is it well-funded, good management, blah, 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 debt position, da-da-da-da-da? How can it return money to me, the shareholder? Do I want to own this business? The market cap is no consequence to me at all. That's just the buy and selling price on the day. So the market cap for stocks is a rubbish formula. It's always been a rubbish formula. Lots of things are rubbish the way we do stuff in life, but we do them anyway, right? So it's a rubbish formula. Warren Buffett doesn't look at the market cap. He looks at the balance sheet and has a chat with the CEO. And he wants to know, is that CEO going to deliver for me for the next 20 years? Yep. Right, I'm buying your business then. That's how he does it. That's how I look at it. So if that's the case, that market cap is rubbish, like the lagging indicator for the Fed on interest rates, rubbish, useless, then maybe market cap for crypto is even more useless. So could XRP go to $10,000? Yeah, it could, because we'll reevaluate everything differently. So I don't know how to explain it any better than that, because my brain can't work out how that happens, but I understand that can happen. And that's all I need to be able to own some crypto. The bank and everything else, the payments and everything else. And I can see how, even though I can't understand it. And just because you can't understand everything doesn't mean it doesn't work. Every one of us gets on a plane and none of us here know how the plane works. We've got an idea. We've read a book, but most of us don't really get it, do we? But we go on a plane. We believe in it. We don't think it's going to crash every 5 minutes. So that's what I think about crypto. But at the same time, I am trimming, because I bought at the top, and that's fine. I don't mind buying at the top because I see the top going way above there. But I'm now trimming. So let me tell you what I did last night, so I can finally put in the topic of the day into this video 3 hours later. Anyway, so let me stay where you are and I'll show you what I did. So this is my overall portfolio. I've got $243,000 in my main account. And my overall balance is 289. And if you include, or 287, if you include the margin, you can see off the screen there, margin use 167. You know, I've got, what's that, 400 grand now. Oh yeah. Yeah. Nearly $500,000 now. Right. So I'm getting a nice little portfolio. So my crypto last night, I've still got a decent amount. Look, 74 grand. That is it now in total. I've sold all the ETFs. I'll show you why in a minute. So I've got 74 grand, which is a hell of a lot. You know, I've got Bitcoin, which I went in last night and sold some. So I went into my tax lots last night and we were around about the 117 before we came down. So right, not the exact top, 120 is the top, but around about there, I started to trim. And I'll go down and I'll show you. I started to trim last night. Sorry, beg your pardon, 115. There you go. I sold $5,000 last night. That was during the night last night. I sold $5,000. That was all in profit. So I haven't marked it on my trades yet. So I will. That was a profit. So I made some profit. Not a huge amount. I don't want to pay too much tax, but it was a profit. And it lowers my average because I've got some in my tax lots at 109, 108. So my average has come down. So I've improved my security and I've freed up some money. Now, what happened is when I sold it, and I'll come back to you when I explain this, when you use margin on Robinhood to buy crypto, it's not like buying an asset on crypto. It doesn't regard it as an asset. It regards it as a withdrawal. So it just takes the money out. It's like it's gone. There's no collateral holding it up. So when I sold 5 grand of crypto, this is where it gets really exciting. When Coca-Cola's going down and Bitcoin was up here, I got 5 grand. I had about $200 profit overall, right? Because I selected the tax lots. So I made a couple $100, but I got 5 grand back and I kept the ones that were lower. So it's protected my portfolio. Can't sell the one. I want to sell the higher ones first, but it's because Coke went down so much. I got 5 grand back. Robinhood gave me $10,000 because it was like me adding 5 grand of my own money back into the portfolio. So they gave me 10 grand to buy Coca-Cola. So you see how powerful that is. I had 5 grand released into my portfolio. I lowered my average because I ended up buying lower. I don't want it up here. I want it down here. So when I bought up here, I bought here, bought here, bought here. I'm keeping down here. I just sold some of the higher ones to keep the ones down here to bring it into balance. I got 5 grand back, $300 profit. A profit's a profit. But then Robinhood says, right, you've got 5 grand in cash. We're going to give you another 5 grand, 10 grand. And I used 10 grand to buy Coca-Cola. So from 5 grand sitting around doing nothing, I was able to double the power and buy Coca-Cola. So then I went over to Coca-Cola and I bought Coca-Cola, which, as you can see here, I've now got, I'm up on it, got a ridiculous amount now. Look, 154 grand just on this account. I've got about another 40. So I've got nearly $250,000 now, because if I include my Roth IRA, on Coca-Cola. That's insane. I feel like Warren Buffett. I'm joking, of course, right? But 2,309. My average has come down. You remember my average was over 70. It's now 67.31. I'm only down now 0.97. Of course, it sounds a lot, 1,500. Well, when you've got 150 grand, you know, that's only 0.99. So, and I'm going to get the dividend, of course, ex-dividend day today. It's going to be about $1,400 now in dividends in next week, 2 weeks' time, on the 1st of October. Lovely. Now, what happened today? The reason why it went down like this through the night, it went down. Look, see that? Look, it dipped down. And the reason why it dipped down is because the 51 cents was taken out of the market cap of the business, because everyone gets 51 cents, every share 51 cents. So last night at midnight, boom, down went Coca-Cola, because 51 cent per share went out. The business is worth less. It's got less cash. Voomph. But it went down more than that, because when it goes down, everyone goes, oh, sell, sell, sell. So it went a bit lower. Good time to buy it. Now, I'm not going to get the dividend for what I bought after midnight, because it won't be on the record date. I won't have owned it on the record date. You have to own it on the record date, not buy it on the record date. So those few shares that I bought throughout the night, and it was more than 10 grand. I bought several. I'll show you in a minute. I bought about 30 grand during the night, something like that. Yeah, about 30, 40 grand. I won't get the dividends this month on those. So I'll miss out on that. But that's okay. I'll hold it for 3 months and I'll get it next month, because I want to wait and get about a 15, 20% gain on Coca-Cola, because the S&P is going to go sideways next year. So as it starts to go down a little bit and sideways, Coca-Cola comes up, get 2 quarters of dividends. So about 3 grand of dividends, a 15, 20% gain, sell that, buy back the S&P. I'll always return to the S&P eventually, right? So that's what I did last night. I also sold my Ethereum ETF. I sold that. And I sold my IBIT ETF as well. Now, I'm just gonna mute Eugene for a second, Eugene. No worries, mate. Sounds like he's playing with some marbles. I'll bring you back on a minute when you speak. So I trimmed that down, paid minimum tax, improved my position, and now I look forward to seeing Coca-Cola start to grow. And as you can already see, even though crypto is down today, my portfolio is hardly down at all. In fact, it might even turn green in a minute. I wouldn't be surprised on a day where, look, if we look at it all, I mean, look how far down it is. Look, Bitcoin's down 1%. XRP is down nearly 1%. Ethereum is down 2.63. And as you know, I had a lot of this, but yet my portfolio is just about to turn green. So you've got to always take care of your money. No matter how good you think something is, you can't just ignore what's going on. And at the end of the day, there's going to be volatility. If XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum explode today, Coca-Cola won't. But if these do, they do, and I miss it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm building a solid base, and that base is getting deeper and deeper and more entrenched and more solid all the time. And if you build a base, you can borrow on it, you can work from it, you can build from it. And don't forget, if you are in, say, the S&P or Coca-Cola, you don't have to sell it. It's not going to go bankrupt. It's not going to go to zero. It's not going to crash 50%. You can build from it. Whereas if you get Ethereum today, go to 12 grand, everyone's going to sell it. When XRP goes to $10, everyone's going to sell it, aren't they? When Bitcoin goes to 200,000 this year, everyone's going to sell it. So then what do? Do you sell it before everybody else on the way up? Well, that's why I've started to trim a little bit now. Do you chase it on the way down? Do you time it perfectly? And remember, if you do sell it at 12 grand for Ethereum, $10 for XRP, 200 grand for Bitcoin, make sure that you've kept a ton of money on the side to pay the tax man. So that's money that leaves your portfolio. So I don't mind paying tax, but I prefer my money to stay in the portfolio than giving it away. So just bear that in mind. You know, it's all very well, and I'm sure lots of people online will go, Martyn sold too early. Well, I haven't. I've still got 75 grand of crypto. That's insane, right? I've still got 75 grand, but I've trimmed, and I was able to buy more of a business I can own for life and never look, never even worry about it. Don't even care. It's going to keep making me money over time. And in a few quarters, I'll trim it back, and I'll move more into the S&P anyway. So either way, it's a win-win. So that's what I think. Trevor, that's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to get up and down volatility till Wednesday. I don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday. If we get 0.25, it might just go sideways. If we get 0.5%, it could rally. It will also rally for my Coca-Cola as well. So I'm not too bothered. Not as much as crypto, though, of course. If we get no rate cuts, we're going down. The carry trade is imminent. That could happen. That could happen next week. And if that happens, my Coca-Cola will be the only thing that stays up. Everything else will go vumph. So that's where money will then flood into Coca-Cola, and that will take off. You need some defensive. I mean, it's all very well being super bullish and super aggressive, but you do need a little bit of defense. I mean, if you're a general in an army, do you put all your soldiers out on the front line, or do you have some reserves and backup? And you have a strategy. You don't just jump on the front line and hope for the best, do you? So, well, does that answer your question?
It does, thank you. I'll give the next guy a turn to ask you as well questions.
Thank you. You're always welcome. You can call in at any time. It's lovely to have you here. I think it's wonderful. We got someone calling in from South Africa, and we're all here together, the whole world. I love it. Do you know what someone said to me a few months ago? They were on holiday. I think it was Zach's site. He was in Israel. He went back to Israel. And he was going through Europe. And he said, Martyn, what I love about this show, it's the only show in the world like this. I've watched hundreds of channels. I've watched hundreds of TV shows. It's the only channel where it's the whole world at the same time. It's not regional. So wherever you tune in at any time of the day, we're all the same thing, the whole world. And I love that. And as I'm talking about I love things, just before I move on to yes and win, let me show you this. This is why we do this. I'm going to surprise somebody now. This was, where is it? This was, I took a photograph of this. Where the bloody hell is it? Why am I not showing it? Albums. Do you notice sometimes your pictures don't sync up even though they're supposed to? Sync with iCloud just now. Where the bloody hell is it? Oh, bloody hell. Someone posted last night on X, and I thought, bloody hell is it? And I thought, that is brilliant. That's why I do this. And I thought, I'm going to show everybody this morning. Now I can't see it. That's bloody annoying. Oh, we got Brian Bynum gifting memberships. Awesome. Thank you, mate. What the bloody hell? Oh, well, I can't find it. I'll have to look later on. Anyway, what it was, someone on X posted last night, and this was everything to me, said, I can't wait for the giveaway tonight. I've ordered a takeaway. I'm preparing like a night out, the whole thing, the whole night planned. And that's why we do it. And let me tell you, expand on that, what I mean. When I used to do the theatre shows, this is what makes me not a YouTuber. This is the difference, right? Most people on YouTube have never met their audience. I've met millions that travel to theatres, right? One thing I used to love this, at the end of the show, every show, I'd meet the audience, and the best thing that anyone ever said to me was this, and they said it every time. They said, love the show, blah, blah, blah. That wasn't it. It was, We've had this show on our fridge for a month or a year. We've had the tickets on the fridge for a year. And today, just wanted to share with you our day, how this all happened. We had the babysitter planned. I've got my hair done. The guy ordered a new suit. I mean, you hear these stories and you go, oh my God, there's this whole life going on of people preparing to be at the event. Book the taxi, book the restaurant afterwards. It's like, oh my God. And you get this sense of that people come together and there's a world going on to make it possible. And every one of you has a procedure that you have to go through, whether you're at work, whether you have to log in, whether you've got a laptop at work and you're standing on a shelf and you're trying to do your job. And I've got people that drive cars and they're taxi drivers and they've got it on their phone. And I mean, it's amazing. Everyone's got a story, how they watch the show. And it's like, this is why we do it. That's the biggest thing, that real life is going on. Anyway, Yestin Wynn, welcome to the show, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, apart from that power cut. Ready for the rate cuts?
You've had a power cut, have you?
Yeah, literally just had it there. And
that's what it was then, was it? Yeah. Doesn't affect me, mate. You see what happens when I have a power cut, right? Just carries on going, kicks in the batteries. You see?
Yep.
Get yourself a battery, mate. Get yourself a battery.
Well, I can't really do that to the company's house. Just stick a battery to it.
Anyway,
try and nick it off me.
Well, yeah, probably. What can we do for you, Yestin? What's on your mind?
No, my mind is rate cuts.
You want rate cuts, do you? What do you predict?
It's not that I want rate cuts.
Well, it sounds like you do. Make your mind up, mate. Have some conviction.
I think there should be rate cuts.
So do I.
There should be with the data and what's going on. I think there should be rate cuts. I'm in the boat between 0.25 or 0.5. I'm kind of on the boat at 0.5, very slightly hanging on, but I won't be surprised if it was at 0.25.
Most people think
I would be shocked. I'd be extremely shocked if there's no rate cuts.
There'd be, as I like to say in Cornwall, there'd be hell up, mate. There'd be hell up. Donald Trump would be round the flipping Fed's office, banging the door. He'd be kicking the door down with a tank. He'd be going, what the bloody hell? I'm having him out. I don't care. I'm driving over him with a tank. Yeah, I think we're going to get 0.25. I think it'd be ructions if there wasn't any cuts at all, because clearly all the evidence is there for it. But the reason why I say 0.5 is this single reason. The Fed cannot do 0.25 as their first cut and then go 0.5, because that means that means the economy's worsening, and that's a bad signal. That would spook the market. If you start by cutting rates and you go 0.5 and you do a big one, and then you get smaller and smaller and smaller, that shows control. You start in the process, 0.5%, and then you get smaller, smaller, smaller until you stop doing it. If you do a small one, oh, that wasn't enough. Oh, we need to do more. Boom. That is instability. That's not what the market wants to know where we're going. It wants security. It wants strong leadership. It wants to know where we're going. And that's why I say 0.5%. Because if we're going to do 0.5% at any point, the first one is the one we do it. Then we do smaller ones. Yes, please.
I heard that the last time we had rate cuts while the market was at an all-time high was the dot-com boom. I wonder if that's true, and what you think about it.
The last time we had rate cuts was back in the... I don't know.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
No, I meant we had rate cuts while the market was at all-time highs. So both things true.
Oh, I see. I see. I don't think the market being at an all-time high is really anything to do with it, though. Just a coincidence. I mean, I know a lot of people try to draw these comparisons, don't they? They'll go, October's always, September's always a bad month, and the markets always rally when a president comes in, and it's often better for a Republican party than Democrat party. I don't know. I mean, that may be true, and there may be lots of little things like that, which, through history has proven to be correct, that these things tend to happen, and so on and so forth. However, I don't pay any attention to the randomness of it all, and it's like all the charts. I love what Sensei does. I'm not rubbishing Sensei. I have him on my show every day, right? But I don't look at charts. I understand them. and I see what everyone's thinking by the charts, but I buy a business because of the value of the balance sheet and who's running it. So I don't really care what the market's doing. Remember, this is really important to say. The stock market is a stock market. It's going into your local market and buying and selling and haggling for stuff. You're able to haggle. So if you went down the road to your local farm market and they've got vegetables and bread and stuff like that, and you can all bid for prices. I'll give you £10 for a bit of beef. I'll give you 50 cents for a pint of milk. And we're all haggling. That's what the stock market is. It's not the value of each item. It's just what I'm prepared to pay on the day. So if everyone goes, you know what, crypto is the new big thing. I've got billions of dollars in my safe Coca-Cola. Let me sell some of that. Are you selling it because the business is rubbish? No, I just want some free money to buy some crypto over here. Oh, hang on a minute. Aren't you really big and famous? Oh, yeah, I'm Warren Buffett. Oh, bloody hell. Now everybody else is selling it. Now Coca-Cola is going down. Is Coca-Cola doing bad today? No. It's a stock market. It's a trading market. So I don't give a monkey's bum whether the market's up, down, left, right, or sideways. I couldn't care less. I care about what the business does. Isn't it the same way for you buying something for yourself? If you are, and let me assume, Motto, let me assume that you're a plumber and you've got to get from A to B in a van and you want to buy a van, and everyone said to you that if you can get to my house and fix my tap, I'll give you $1,000. And you got 10 people all ready to give you $1,000 to get to their house. There's 10 customers, $10,000, but you need a van to get there, right? And you know that you could go out today and buy a van, and you can buy it for $5,000, and you can then earn $10,000, so you make $5,000 profit with your van. That's why you buy the van, isn't it? You don't buy the van because the price is up, down, left, right, or sideways, or it's a bad time to buy a van or a great time to buy a van. You buy a van because you can make money out of buying that van. Now, I sold my car. When I came to America, I bought this brand new car, lovely. And then in COVID, I didn't need it. And I sold it to CarMax because no one could buy new cars anymore. Right? All the chip short, all the things, whatever it was. And up went the price of cars. Boom, 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 boom. And I'd call CarMax every single day. Every day. Another $1,000, another $1,000. I ended up getting back what I paid for my car, right? 3 years earlier. Can you believe that? I mean, that's pretty mental, isn't it? I basically had a car for 3 years for free. And I kept waiting. And when I sold, it wasn't because of the price that they were giving me. It was the knowledge of finding out that chips were starting to come into America, so cars were going to start becoming available. I remember that Ford couldn't get the badges for their cars. They couldn't get the car was built, but they couldn't sell it because they couldn't get the badges. And when I heard the badges were starting to arrive, I thought, hey up. At the top of the market. So one reason the market's about to change, so that's got nothing to do with the price. It's got everything to do with the macroeconomics. And also, I'm now building a business online. I don't need a car, do I? I'm going to be focusing on this. But people said, what if you get a gig? What if you get a gig? You can earn 10 grand. Or you can drive down to Dallas, earn 10 grand. No, I'm going to be focused on this job. No more gigs. Going to make this work. And I know that works because when I was a cabaret entertainer and overnight I said, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to go into theaters. I called my agents up and said, don't call me anymore. And then, what do you mean? Don't call? We've been calling you for 30 years. Don't call me. Because if you call me and offer me £200 to play down the road in the local pub, I'm going to accept it. I've always accepted gigs. How can I turn it down? It's money in it. You don't call me. I've got to make this business work. Nothing defines you like that. No money coming in. I'm going to make this theatre show work. And I did. And I made it work. So that's what it all comes down to. So it's not about the price, the ups and the downs of it. You saying, oh, the market's all high now, so this is when we get rate cuts. We're going to get rate cuts because it's how the mechanics work, right? The Fed's job is stable prices and inflation. Inflation's coming down and jobs are weakening. It's time to do it. And when they do it, the reaction is the equity stock market goes up. But that's not why I'm buying. I'm buying because of the value, the macroeconomics, and everything else. So I don't care about all the history and every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, if the crow flies west while someone drinks out of a can of Coke while hopping down the road on 3 legs, the stock market goes up. I don't care about that. That might be true, but I don't invest like that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. I just thought it interesting.
It is interesting.
What happened after the .com boom? You know, so it's just pretty cool. But anyway, I have to go. Didn't want to do an Irish goodbye, but ta-ta. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Thanks for being here. Brilliant. What a great conversation. I love it. Let me just unmute Scooter B. I can just tell from his face he's on the edge of saying something. What are you going to say, Scooter?
Well, there's been a couple of things I've thought of as you were talking.
I could tell.
One of them had to do with the charts. So earlier we were talking about the edge of the cliff on April 7th, and it was the charts that indicated if we went over the cliff, it was a long way down. And so I'd like to get your take on that, because I know you were not concerned about the charts at the time. That was not nerve-wracking for you. So where do the charts, in your opinion, where do the charts mean something to you, and when don't they?
Right. Well, a chart. What is a chart? A chart is the price action that everybody's doing. All right. And everybody who's looking at the chart is looking at the same chart. There's not an alternative chart. There's not a magic chart. There's not a secret chart. The inside trading chart. There's just the chart. All right. And it tells you what everyone's going to do. And it says the resistance is here. The support's here. This is where everyone's likely to buy. This is where everyone's likely to sell. How useless is that? And Sensei would go, come on, Martyn, this is how I do all my trades. I understand that. But think about it for a minute. If we were five generals, all of us were generals of an army, and we all shared the same battle plan, you could all see when I'm going to invade each of your countries. You know exactly when I'm going to go. This is the best time to do it. And you're all looking at the same plan. Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Because you're just going to go, all right, we know you're coming, so we'll just move our men and we'll hide them behind the bush, right? Well, isn't that what a chart does? We're all going to buy here, we're all going to sell there. Sorry, go on.
But if you, no one knew he was going to hit pause. Now, I have to say, it felt like the ground was rumbling on that day. Watching it for a few days, as I'm sure you saw, everything hit 1-year lows.
Right.
It was this very interesting dynamic that everything hit this foundation.
Right.
I even was asking people over the last couple of days right before it, you think the stock market's rigged? You think the stock market's manipulated?
Well, it's manipulated.
Okay. But if he wouldn't have hit pause.
Well, we could do ifs all day long. It doesn't matter. I would have kept buying lower and lower and lower. Because as it went down, what did it do? Did it go straight, or did it go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down? On all the little ups, I was using the tax lots. I was getting the money back for that one. You remember how I explain it? 100, you get the discount. I've done it before, right? So I don't know when the bottom's going to come. No one does. So don't even try to guess. Have a strategy where you can just keep buying, buy more and more as you get further and further down. And when you pop up a little bit, sell that one, but keep this one. So now you can buy more if it goes lower, and just keep doing that until you finally hit the bottom. And at the end of the day, as long as you're buying assets of value, so I wouldn't do that on a single stock, right? I mean, if we had a crash today on Coca-Cola, I'm waiting for much bigger dips. There's nothing going on. There's no reason for the market to crash today, right? So I can do what I'm doing the way I'm doing it. But I did it on the S&P 500. So I wasn't like trying to guess which stock's going to do better and stuff like that. All I wanted to do was buy the 500 best businesses around about 17 times earnings. Not the lagging indicator, the one that's on Robinhood, the one that we all look at. The forward PE, where it's going next. Not the lagging indicator, the forward price. And once it gets to 17, I don't care if it goes to 17, to 16, to 15, to 14. That's like when I was using the example of Motto. If I can buy a van for 5 grand and I can earn 10 grand by buying that van, do I care if the van goes to 4 grand? No, because I'm going to earn 10 grand, aren't I? When everyone's going, oh, well, it might go to 4, it might go to 3. And while you're waiting, guess what I'm doing? Fixing the first tap, getting my first $1,000, right?
Hey, so something that you had said a long time ago that meant something to me for sure. With obsessive compulsive disorder.
Oh, I've got a bit of that.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that.
A little bit. Less and less as I get older.
I got to tell you that when it comes to, well, here's what you said. You're just trying to get close. If you miss the bottom, if you miss the top, okay. You're not trying to get it to the very last dollar.
God, no.
If you get pretty close, that's good enough. Yeah. And so that helped my OCD. Instead of waiting until,
oh my God, is that what you're doing?
$10, it's okay. It's close enough. Because sometimes it doesn't get to there. It stops before it gets there.
Well, of course it does. Because people like me start buying it. That's why. I mean,
so I've learned from that to be smart. Try to buy red, sell green, but don't be too obsessed about the real bottom or the true top. I heard someone else say, I don't mind missing the bottom. I just don't like losing money. So that was another one to just kind of pull out of the hat when it's like, well, it's not the bottom, but that's okay. I'm not going to lose money. I'll just wait for that to,
but if you're focused on OCD and a bottom, you're doing everything wrong.
Or the top.
You're doing everything wrong. What are you doing wrong? You're focused on a number that means nothing. The trading price, we've already established, the trading price means nothing because next year it's something else.
And it's not price. What I look at is the investment. So I'll just give you an example. If I've got 100 in and it goes to 97, I want to buy 3.
Right.
So that's what I'm talking about. It's not a price like Nvidia or the Honest Company, or that's another little thing I've learned, and that is it doesn't matter if you make money from something fancy and shiny or like Tesla or a company that makes diapers, and they're a diaper company. Who cares where the money comes from when you're going to take it out? It won't make any difference.
Well, yeah.
So I've tried to not worry about what it is, but the dollar amount. Or if it's $1,000 and it goes to 970, I want to buy $30 of it and just keep buying it on the way down. Like,
why buy $30? Why that magic number?
I do catch a falling knife. I try to catch a falling knife over and over again because I want to buy it all the way down. So I want to just get your take on that. Since you have a little OCD, how do you not worry about, maybe you look at it like a percentage, like, I'm not going to buy any more unless it's 5%.
No. You've got to take all that precise numbers off the table. That doesn't do it. That doesn't serve you at all. It's a complete nonsense. When I first started, I was like that. I remember my 4 years ago when I first bought a share, right? I ended up with something, because you can fractional share, you put $10 of something, so you get point something of something. And I did that, and I thought, I want to get it to a whole share. I want to have one whole share. I don't want 0.9, and I don't want 1.1. I want 1. So I tried to work out how much money I've got to spend to buy the last 0.1 of the share. So it was like $6.33, but of course, but then it moved, and now I got 1.1 again. It's like, oh God. What am I doing? This is not how the stock market works. What the stock market is you buy a business. The business is a pie, is a cake, right? And you decide how big a piece of that cake, a slice that you buy. The more of the cake you own, the more of the profit and the loss you own, because you own the loss as well, right? So you own that piece of business. Now, if you love the entire business and you can afford it, you're like Warren Buffett. You go, I am buying the whole of what's the bloody thing? The little gecko. What's he called? The insurance thing. Oh, Gecko Insurance. That's it. He just buys the whole bloody thing or whatever you want to do. Because now I can run it, I can sit on the board and make decisions, but mainly I can get all the profit from this great business. So whether you own one share, 1.1, 0.9, it's not important. And trying to hit numbers and targets to keep it all in balance for OCD is a dangerous thing on the stock market, because you'll end up making decisions based upon emotion. Nothing to do with valuation, nothing to do with a quality. Oh, it's gone. It was 100, now 97. So I want to buy 3. I want to kind of balance it all out. All that stuff. No, forget all that stuff. And
right now I'm practicing not having OCD. In other words, I don't know what's going on with crypto right now. Okay. So normally I would be checking that sucker throughout the day. I'm trying to make changes to not check it as much, but right now this is a disciplined process. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the other guys on here, my new friends, and I have no idea what's going on with my money. Any other time I would like to know, but this is kind of a breakthrough actually, to just talk to you and let it go. And
let it go.
How did you have a tip or a trick that kind of helped you to break the cycle of, oh no, I need $6.32 to make it, balance out?
Yeah, the realization it's bloody nonsense. It's just nonsense. When I was younger, I had OCD bad. When I was about 16, 17, I had OCD really bad. So what I would do, as I remember, I would get home. This is before I left home. I'd get home, and my mum would look out the window, and she'd see me get off my motorbike, and I would flick the lights on and off, on and off, on and off, like 10 times, and I'd walk back 10 times to make sure I'd locked it and all this nonsense. Then it was extreme. The light switch, off and on, off and on, off and on, 10 times. Is it off? Is it off? Is it off? All of this stupid stuff. And I had it a lot when I was younger. And as I got older, it got less and less and less. And I think you just grow out of it. Obviously, you haven't. You need to grow up.
It's worse.
Yeah, it's getting worse for you. Don't take it too seriously. Just realize just tell yourself it's nonsense. You're wasting your time. And I think partly... you get tired. You get tired of constantly trying to do everything. It's like, let things go. I've noticed that in the last couple of years, certainly the last couple of years, I've become more relaxed about things. I love having the house tidy. I love having the bed made all the time. It's great. Get out of bed, make the bed. Because if you have the house, this is what I say. This morning, because I've had a bad night because of Leah and the cancer and everything, we've been up all night. I'm a bit tired today, and when we got up, I didn't have enough time to prepare for the show, so I didn't get a chance to make the bed. So one place in my little kingdom right now, this is my kingdom, my house, here, there's one place in it that's untidy. There's a room called the bedroom, and the bed's messy. And when I walk through, it looks messy. It's horrible. I feel so much better when the bed's made, because my life is straight. But before, I couldn't function. I couldn't function before I made the bed. I had to do this first. Oh, I got to do this first. Otherwise, I can't go to work. Now I can go, leave it, I'll go to work, because I don't want to be late for work, right? So I come to work. I'll fix it in a minute. Allow yourself to be human. Every day you want to be perfect. Every day you want to hit the mark. Every day you want to do everything right. But some days you have a bad night. Some days the doctor calls you up at Sunday night and tells your wife she's got cancer. Some days you just can't do what you want to do, and you don't sleep as well, and you don't make the bed. Don't beat yourself up, but don't let yourself get away with it either. Because tomorrow, you know what? I'm going to try again. And I can fail again. And I'll try again. Fail better. You've all heard it. You know where I'm going from. The guy from Game of Thrones, right? The little guy. So fail better. The world is yours. Keep going and allow yourself to fail. Do I feel bad the bed's not made? A few years ago, yeah. Oh, I couldn't have come to work. Now I go, it's all right. When I finish the show, the bed is there. I'll go and make it. But I'm not making decisions anymore based upon OCD. Let it go. Last night, I was supposed to go live at 3 o'clock, Sensei show. I put a post on X saying, do you want me to go live and do something? In the end, I went live about 2 hours later. And I didn't even think I was going to go live. I was talking to Sensei from Dubai. I was talking to Tavaz. I was talking to Tavaz in the UK about our new giveaway. It took time to get it all sorted out, and now we've got the giveaway. And I went, guys, it's too late. I'm not even going to go live now. The audience, I didn't promise I'd go live. I just said, shall I go live? And everybody went, yeah, go live. And I didn't. And in the end, I did go live a few hours later, and I did it. Because I just let myself go, you know what? Things didn't go to plan today. Things develop, things change. It's okay. The world still carries on. You know, you can't win every day. You can't hit every tick. I let it go, and I said to Vaz, you know what? I'm gonna do a show, and I did a show, and it all worked out. But so for your OCD, try to tell yourself it's all a nonsense. Life is trying to control you because life is stressful, and stressful stuff is grabbing hold of you, and it's trying to make you do stuff that you don't need to do. You're not going to lose if you don't do it. In fact, you can break the habit by doing this one thing. Completely break your little strategy. Go and buy $10 of any stock you like. It'll be a fractional share. On Robinhood, go $10 a Tesla. Boom. You'll have 0.001 of a share or some stupid number like that. And you know what? You'll go, so what? Doesn't matter. I've got $10 of Tesla working for me. It's 0.001 of a share. Who cares? And you know what? You'll go, oh, I don't actually feel that bad, do I? And you'll go, I think I'll buy another $10 of Tesla. And before you know it, you'll have 0.0s all over the place. You'll be in chaos, but you'll love it.
Chaos. You know, that's right. When everything goes up and down and they're not all the same, getting over that, evening them out, balancing them out, that's a great suggestion, Martyn. And next time we talk, I'll let you know how badly I failed, because that's what's going to happen.
No, well, it will. It will.
I'll keep trying.
It will. You will fail
every day a little bit.
You will fail if you're saying you're going to fail. Remember, everything I've ever said, I've always delivered. I always do what I say. I say what I do. I've said we'll hit 100,000. I said we'll hit 1,000, 50,000, 100,000, million, billion. 1 million on my portfolio, 1 billion YouTube channel. Every single goal I will achieve. There's not 1 ounce of me that thinks I can't do it. Not 1 ounce. And you know what? Sometimes, because some people confuse narcissism and arrogance as something that I have, and I don't have either of those. But let me tell you, every president that's ever existed is a narcissist. How can you be the president of the world, of America, and not think that you're the best person for the job? Well, you're not going to work to achieve it, are you? So there's good narcissism and there's bad narcissism, right? So there's nothing wrong with confidence and passion. Don't confuse that with arrogance. I can't get to $1 million or I can't get to 1 billion subscribers unless I believe it's possible. Because if every time I don't get a big show, I'll just think, well, I'll give up. And that's what everyone does. And everyone on YouTube, 99% of people that try, give up because they don't get instant success. But if you believe that you have the right to be successful, you will get there. And every single successful person that's ever lived, your Elon Musk, Donald Trump, I don't know, anybody that's successful, famous, powerful, whatever, every single one of them believed it was possible and believed that they were the best person for the job. Because if you don't, you can't even start on the road. You're just nowhere. You've got to think it's possible, you know? So if you say to me now, I'll probably fail, you will. Do you know how easy it is?
There's some fun in that.
Right now, I know. But right now on your phone, hang up on this call, go on your phone and go, Tesla, $10, bang, done. Call back and say, I've just done it. And you know what you've done? You've broken your habit like that. It's finished. You can move on. Done.
Well, next time we talk, I'll let you know that it's at $11.32 and it's not driving me nuts.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it right now? What's stopping you doing it right now?
Oh, just having fun talking to my friends here.
Yeah,
That's
but,
all.
but in a minute, why don't you hang up and then do it and then call back? It takes 30 seconds to buy $10. $10
All right. Okay, I'm going to hang up.
right now. And then on
Talk
the
to you in a
phone.
minute.
And then when you call back, tell me you've done it, okay?
God bless you guys.
All right.
Talk to you in a minute.
Speak to you in a minute. Oops. Oh, can you? I just clicked the wrong person. I just hung up on somebody else. I meant to hang up on. Can you call back? Can you call back? I just deleted. I just deleted somebody who was on the phone. It was in spot number 8. Can you? Who was it in number 8? I forget now. There we go, Trevor. There we go. I deleted him. Trevor. Sorry, Trevor. I deleted you, mate. I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. Sorry, I need to go and be the man of the house. I have to go make supper. My wife is on her way home. In
Lovely.
South Africa, it is now 5 o'clock here in the afternoon.
Lovely. Go and make your wife a lovely meal then. What you having?
I think I'm gonna make. I call it cowboy food. So I take bully beef and what do you call it? Peas and baked beans, and I mix it together with a bit of biltong.
Very nice. And that's what she's waiting.
That's
That's
very
what wonderful. I am sure you'll have a wonderful meal when your wife comes home. Say hello to her for me and call back Trevor anytime you want.
Well, thank you for the brilliant show. I'm gonna try. You say the competition's tonight.
Yeah. I'll give you the link in the chat right now so you can click on it. It's on the homepage of the channel. It's on the homepage of the channel. So you can't miss it. Just look on the homepage of the channel. This is what it looks like. I'm going to give you the link right now. Hang on a minute. Here we go. This is the show tonight. Right? It's right on the homepage. It says upcoming live stream. You've got to be present to win. Otherwise you could miss out. And you don't want to be pulled out of the hat and go, Trevor, you win $1,000. Is he here? No, he's not here. He's out walking the dog. You don't want to be doing that tonight. All right? You don't want to be doing that.
Sorry for all the noise background. My dog was lying on the bed, busy snoring. I've got one of those Boston Terriers, so he's busy snoring on the bed here. So excuse that noise.
No, not at all. Now we know what it was. I wonder what that noise was. All right, well, you go and make your wife a nice meal. And Trevor, we'll see you tonight, mate. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. There we go.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
We got Zach Zite, and we've still got Eugene with us. Zach, how are you this afternoon?
Good morning, world. Good morning, Martyn.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you? Very beautiful show this morning. Very enjoyable from everybody.
Yeah,
Lovely
great
conversation. But I will go a little bit deep dive, just like missing the Sensei news. We're gonna go. I'll go deep dive a little bit. First of all, I think we all stand with a big heart behind you and your wife, Leah.
Thank you.
To go through this horrible disease. That's why one of the markets, it's pharmaceutical, which is very important in the market to find solution for all those disease and all those surprises that the world bring us. So I wish you, and I'm sure everybody behind the everything you're going to go through, all heart with Leah, be strong, be well, and all the health to you. Second deep dive, going into the market, you're going into a farmer market, you see 5-6 people selling tomatoes, farmers, they all have tomatoes. Each one got his own technology. This technology is having the tractor, and that guy got the farm that the land is like 80 years old and mixed with special soil and mixed with berries and pineapples, and each one comes with his own, as I said, technology, how to develop the product. Eventually, they all almost taste the same, but they are servicing us as a human being to eat. So the market is open. A lot of people become lazy in their company, and eventually they lose the product or the profit, and That's where companies can go up or down. You always look at the chart to see where is the company heading. So go 150, 180 days back on the chart and you see a kind of a direction, a basic direction. The third deep dive I would like to talk about, especially in my category of job, is the rate cut. And Justin has mentioned about the rate cut. One of the benefits of being a homeowner in America is basically, especially in California, where the Golden State Warriors, if you already heard about the Nuggets, the Denver Nuggets, is when you own a home, I consider you as a millionaire, no matter what, because you can take from your home, once it's paid off, for sure, you're a millionaire, because you can take off 70% from your home. If you decide to take mortgage, if you pay mortgage, 90% of the people have, nobody have cash money to buy the house right away, so they pay the mortgage. If you need through the years and you know that the valuation of the house goes up, you can take a second mortgage. So you cancel the first mortgage, you take a new mortgage with a new covering other bills, credit cards, any loans, cars, and you again refinance yourself through the house. You can get up to situation of reverse mortgage. You can do equity line of credit. There is so many options to use your house as one of your financial supporters. And I can guarantee you that 90% of the people eventually will and using it once the situation go down and they need money, very easy to come and pick it up from your house. So a rate cut means a lot for all the housing. Anyone that gets mortgage pay less, and that will be a huge kick for the housing. It will be a huge kick, of course, for the small companies that take loans. So all the loans will be pay less, and definitely rate cut. The meaning of it will be dramatic, and historically, 0.5% going to make a huge and dramatic move for the market, no doubt.
Absolutely. And to be able to release capital from your house, it's something I have considered many times with my home in England. You know, I could, I've got like, you know, $500,000 just sitting there. You know, I could release capital from that and reinvest it in the S&P and make 10% a year, more than I'm getting on the growth and the appreciation of the house value. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. When rates come down, it will put a massive input into the housing market. People will borrow money again. They'll do houses up. They will reinvest again. Thank you for those insights, Zach. I'm going to wrap the show up right now. I've got to end the show, and I'm going to tell everybody about a trade I've just done. While I was listening to you, I've just done a $14,000 trade. Any ideas what I just did?
14K deal?
Yeah, I've just done a 14K trade. Any ideas?
More Coca-Cola? No. VU.
I sold VU, 14 grand. It's just gone up. It's pumping today. Another all-time high. I've just taken another 14 grand out of it and just bought another 14 grand worth of Coca-Cola because VU has gone up 0.5% today, which is a lot when you consider it's been doing it like every day for nearly a week. And Coca-Cola is down 0.2 today, 0.25%. So nearly a percent swing there from top to bottom. So I've just taken 14 grand out of VU and bought Coca-Cola because this is we are for sure now the bottom or about to hit the bottom of Coca-Cola. And when it bounces back, it will bounce back quick. So I love that. I've taken money off the top. I sold the highest price one, so I've just lowered my average again on VU, but I've taken another 14 grand from it to buy Coca-Cola. So there you go, Zach.
Impressive. So here is a question. A month ago, you started for the competition for the $1,000 today.
Yeah.
XRP, and that's when you started to buy crypto.
Yeah.
Today, the competition.
Yeah.
Would you keep buying after the competition?
No, I've got all the crypto I ever need. Yeah. I would only buy if
Would you keep
XR.
holding?
Oh yeah, I'll keep holding. I will buy. I want to keep XRP. I've got about 15, 16 grand of it. But if it does what I expect it to do, to go to $10 by the end of the year, I've got 45 grand. So I'll trim that. Definitely trim that. And buy the S&P if it's stable, or Coca-Cola if it's gone even lower. But yeah, but I won't buy any more. I'll only buy any more if it goes below 280, 270. It starts to fall down like 30, 40%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for tonight. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take a half day off just to be part of that party and celebrate with everybody.
Nice one. Thank you ever so much, Zach Zeit, for calling in. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you. There you go. Brilliant. There's Zach. Awesome stuff. What a great phone in today. Absolutely amazing. Thank you everybody that called in today. One of the best ever today, I think. We covered so many topics. So let me just show you what I've just done so you can see what I've just bought. So just as Zach was talking to me, if we go here, you can see the S&P is just running up, another 0.5% today. So I sold using tax lots. Everyone now is money. Everyone is profit. But we're now going into the very lower price ones. My average has fallen down again. My average is now 458. I've still got 41% of my portfolio is in the S&P. So I've still got a very, very big position. But I've just bought Coca-Cola because that's up while Coca-Cola is falling off a cliff. So I bought it right there. So you can see it. I just bought it there. I'll scroll down and show you. Just a bit further down. There you go. Sorry, I beg your pardon. 12,000, not 14,000. 12,000. 180 shares at 66.35. You can see it coming down just over and over again. Just keeps getting lower and lower and lower. So as I say, if I want to, I can use tax lots and start selling on the way up if I want to. But with something like this, I don't want to sell. But if I feel that the S&P, if it rallies on some, some macro condition like a carry trade, because Coca-Cola will go up and the S&P will go down, and then I can sell back my Coca-Cola and buy the S&P going down the other way. So just keep swapping from one to the other. I'm very, very happy to do that. So there you go. There is my position. Let me read the last couple of comments, and we'll get ready for the big giveaway. Boo, says Brett Mitchell. Boo, boo, boo. Thanks. Pfizer is dropping too. Cherry Coca-Cola, bought XRP. Coca-Cola is awesome too. XRP. Brett Mitchell, XRP. There's a good argument for accumulating absolute as much debt as I can by the time I croak and leave the creditors holding the bag. There's a good argument for that. You're not very responsible though, is it? iBit and Ether. Yes, I've sold those now. Cherry Coca-Cola is my favorite. I like regular Coca-Cola, but Cherry Coke is great to have a change every now and then. I agree with you. Martyn, you should sit with a can of Coca-Cola on the desk like Warren Buffett. You own a lot. Yeah. Do you know how much I own now? Oh my gosh. Should we do a calculation? I tell you what, we'll do a calculation. Let's see how much I own now. So, Coca-Cola, let me go into here. I own 165,330 in the main account. In the Roth IRA, I own 43,000 plus 43,029. $208,000 in Coca-Cola. Yeah, that deserves a seat at the bar, doesn't it? That deserves a seat at the bar. Bloody right. I say it does. What do you think? You agree with me? Maybe not. Right, okay. Let's wrap this up. So let me just tell you what we're going to do right now so everybody knows what's going to happen. We're going to now send you to the event. No, I'm not. I'm going to send you to the extra channel first of all. Let me do that now. Let me put back on the screen. I want to thank all the super chats that came in today. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Let me make sure. Redirect. I'll send you to the extra channel because you'll all, yeah, because then I can give you the link for the next thing, the $1,000 build up. All right. There you go. That's there, which is where we're going to go next. So if you want the last chance to win some tickets will be coming in a minute from the extra channel. All right. I'm doing a replay there at the moment. So that's where you want to be if you want your last chance to get tickets. So here we go. Next, extra. Okay. There you go. Pin that. I think Coca-Cola and Pfizer, whoops a daisy, are good buys. I totally agree. Totally agree with you. All right. Okay, so we're going to go to the extra channel right now. So I will see you back shortly. We're going to go and see how Leah is. Have a cup of tea and a biscuit, I think. Would be nice. Yeah, I'll send you all there to the extra channel. The giveaway, you all know about the giveaway. I don't need to tell you any more about it. Look out for the next video, the live stream, and you'll be in it. So yeah, I think we're all good. Figure is up 20%. Great, says Trent. Let me scroll down to here. What happened to Scooter? Did he buy those shares? Anyway, I agree, Nicole. I like button because I know the channel is on fire. I hit the like button. Thank you. Talk about how I'm winning. How we are winning on iFigure. In Figure. I'm out of the stock. I sold it for a profit. So I've not looked at it for a while. Why do you think Coca-Cola will go why do you think Coca-Cola will go to with the, I think it will be defensive and it will probably stay where it is. It's already sold off. I think KO are good buys. Yeah, I agree. XRP and holding. Congratulations, Mad Max. Much love to all. Remember to be cool and talk about differences openly and maturely. Figures up 20%. Great. What do we do at the extra channel? The extra channel, AM Daylight, is a channel which runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with live chat. It's so people can watch the stream from the morning in a different time zone. So I will replay this show from the beginning. So it's a restream. It says that on the screen, but the chat is live. Look, I'll show you. See, this is what I'm restreaming at the moment. It says there, look, today's restream show. There's me sitting there live. This chat is like, there's nobody in right now because they're all in here. But this chat will be live, so you're supporting each other. It's protected by members only. So it's 99 cents to be a member, the cheapest possible, but it stops all the trolls, bots, and scammers from coming in. And you can talk to me. I'm in the studio. I can see comments, reply to you. It restreams what you've missed. People in different time zones watch it. And if I need to talk to you or drop a link in there, I can. That's what I do. That's what the extra channel is all about. Name 4 stocks that are the state to park 200 grand in Coca-Cola, and there is your million. Name 4 stocks that are as safe to park 200 grand into as Coca-Cola, and there is your million. Well, indeed. Or just put $1 million in Coca-Cola. Do that if you want. We expect $80 on Coca-Cola, but yes, I do. Getting ready to buy some Coca-Cola. Thanks, Martin. Great live. Thank you. Sending hugs and best to Leah. Lovely. Bless you and Leah. Favorite channel on YouTube, and I'll soon and I'll call in soon one of these days. That'll be great, Trent. Okay, I got it. Sausage, white gravy with sausage, toasted, yummy. Hello again, 3 p.m. Texas time. The FOMC will go green. Let's hope so. That's cool. Thank you for explaining that. Absolutely, AM Daylight. You're welcome. Nice, Jeff. Right. Before I go, I'm going to give you a couple of links you might need. There's the membership link. Don't forget, We've got the new membership now, just started. And we're going to have live trivia once a week. It's really, really cool. You don't want to miss it. All right. So we only just launched this membership. We had 27 people upgrade from bronze to it on the first day, and it's limited. It's called Electrum. It's called the Electrum membership. So if you've not yet got it or you want to upgrade, remember, if you are gold or platinum or sponsor above Electrum, you get everything Electrum gives you. But basically, Electrum is between silver and gold. But it's $9.99 a month, and it gives you all the perks of bronze, silver, and Electrum. And it's going to give you this weekly trivia quiz, which is private. It's only available to the members of Electrum, gold, platinum, and sponsor. So it'll be a very private party. It's really cool. The way it's all on the screen. It's like a real game show. It's going to be informative and fun. You can learn things. It's going to be great. And that is on the Electrum membership. So if you're not on that membership, you might want to try it. There is the membership link. If you are on an iOS device, iPad or iPhone, you might want to. You'll need to be on a desktop browser and a browser and a desktop version. All right. Okay, that's it from me. Rob, where's me mouse gone? Rob, thanks, Martyn. See you a bit later today. Yes, indeed. Need a good English breakfast. What time is it now where you're at? There's the clock just there. Oh, I didn't put my my trades on. So I've just sold the S&P for a profit and bought Coca-Cola. And I did IBIT, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So 4 trades I did throughout the night. One this morning, a moment ago. All wins. So we are 74 trades. 74 trades, 73 wins. There we go. Never lose. Okay. God bless Leah and you. Thank you. I don't know what I am. I'm a member. I think I want to upgrade. Mad Max, you're not a member. You're not a member. You don't have a badge. You can see that in the chat. You don't have any membership. Not even bronze. Thank you, said Brian. Have a great day. And give Leah a hug for me. Thank you, Denise. That's very kind of you. Right, I'm out of here. Good. I keep buying Coca-Cola. It'll hit the bottom in a minute. Don't care when. Doesn't matter. It's a good price now. I'm very happy to buy it. The S&P is getting more and more expensive. The Coca-Cola is getting less and less and less. So it's a no-brainer from me. All right. So there you go. There you go. The S&P. Look at that. Selling off quickly now. Is Coca-Cola coming up? Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, it is. There we go. It's been another win. The S&P is like 27, nearly 28 times earnings. Coca-Cola is dropping all the time. So it's a no-brainer in my book. Anyway, there you go. Brett Mitchell.
Brett Mitchell has become a member.
Electrum member. There it is. You're not going to miss it now. It starts in about a week. Sensei does it when he's back from his honeymoon. So in about a week's time, week to 10 days will be our first event. So you now get all the bronze, all the silver, and all the Electrum memberships. All right. Let's secure the bags. Seth. Are the ticket opportunities on the extra channel for people that didn't see yesterday's stream, or are they new for all? The extra channel, I'm just going to replay this morning's show. There were no tickets in this morning's show. There's no tickets available in the extra channel live right now until I announce there's a live stream, which I'm going to do in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, just before the main event tonight. So if you want to be in there, listen, and I'll post a link, but there's not actually any tickets available in what I'm going to stream. I'm going to restream today's show. Okay, I am in. I will sell 300 NVIDIA and buy Coca-Cola right now. Oh dear. Well, don't follow my trades. Don't do what I do. Yeah, I mean, NVIDIA is nearly 177. It's very expensive now. But anyway, don't follow me. I know what I'm doing. I'm happy with what I'm doing. If you follow me, you won't know why you've done it, and then you'll end up regretting it, and then you'll end up selling on the way down, and then you'll chase it up, and all the rest of that stuff. All right, that's it from me. Thank you ever so much, guys. I'm exhausted. All of a sudden, it's hitting me because I've been up all night with the lovely Leah. All right, so I'm going to finish. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of it. It's been a great show today. How many tuned in today? Where does it say? Yeah, 6,652 with an average watch time of 10 minutes 56. Amazing. Yep, absolutely amazing. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I'll see you back in a bit. I'm going to go have some lunch. I'll be back for a show before the big event tonight. We're giving away $1,000, and we're also announcing another one for $1,001 with even more prizes straight at the same time. So if you miss tonight, flipping heck, you've missed the biggest show ever. All right, that's it from me. Thank you, best show in the universe and elsewhere. Thank you, Brian Bynum. I'm off to go and give Leah a hug, tell her I love her, have a cup of tea and a biscuit. I don't know, something like that. See you back in a bit for a surprise live stream and then the big event tonight. That's it from me. Thank you ever so much. Good luck. Take care of yourselves and each other.